capacity crowd, better than 17,000 on hand as the Bulls add to their all-time attendance record. This is the 189th straight sellout at Chicago Stadium.
All right, Marv, all week long, Michael Jordan has been trying to downplay the matchup between him and Magic. He said it's the Bulls against the Lakers. So this morning I said, Mike, no matter what you say, everybody in America realizes that this game is between you and Magic. He looked back at me, he had a twinkle in his eye and a big smile on his face, and he said, I know.
Minute and a half gone by. Now Scott on Jordan. Here's Cartwright. Yes. Lakers 4, the Bulls 3. And Worthy went to the left hand. The Bulls looking to run. Jordan from deep. Yes. The Bulls take a 5-4 lead. Devon's going down half court. Perkins. Here's Jordan. Lakers 10 and the Bulls 7. Grant with Pippen and Cartwright up front. Paxson and Jordan at the guard. That is Byron Scott opening against Michael Jordan. Jordan able to blow right by. Byron Scott's offensive game can be affected when he matches up against Michael Jordan, which is understandable. That Jordan has just disheartened him on so many occasions. Jordan battling for the rebound and fires again. Lakers by 4.
But Byron Scott shouldn't feel too bad because there are a lot of guys that have lost sleep the night before playing against Michael Jordan.
Bad pass saved by Cartwright. Oh, what a pass from Jordan. And Scottie Pippen cuts it down to 4.
Jordan has decided that he's going to cut out the perimeter game for a while and try to take this thing to the basket strong. He foot fakes middle, goes baseline, no rotation that time by the rest of the Lakers.
Jordan stepping off the pick and changed his mind. Here's Paxson. And the Bulls, in the midst of a roll, have come within 2. Scott. And back come the Bulls. They're down by 3. Pippen for Jordan. The Laker lead is 1 with 2:20 to go in this first quarter. Magic checking the shot clock. 3 on 2. Pippen. Oh, what a move by Scottie Pippen. The Lakers 25. The Bulls 24. As we come up on 1 minute left in this opening quarter. Jordan off the fake. And he is on fire. Tied at 26. Jordan. Michael Jordan with 15 points. Shot clock at 5. Perkins from downtown. So Perkins with a second three-pointer, 6 3/10 seconds to go in the quarter. What a pass from Jordan. 1 5/10 seconds to go. We're just underway in the second quarter. Marv Albert, Mike Fratello, Ahmad Rashad, Steve Jones from Chicago Stadium. Purdue from Jordan.
All right, Ahmad, the Los Angeles Lakers feel confident that they can score at any offensive possession. Their big concern is defensive rotation off of Michael Jordan. Back to you, Mark.
All right, Steve, and Craig Hodges able to hit his first field goal. Crowd wanted to travel, but Armstrong picked it off. It's a 2-on-1. Here's Jordan. Magic with the spin. The pass off the dribble of Devon's. What a play. Magic Johnson with his 7th assist, setting up Lonnie Devon's. And he's tying the game at 55.
And he saw Michael Jordan sitting back there trying to anticipate which way he was going. He eye fake left, hits right.
Bill Cartwright providing a 2-point lead for Chicago. Lakers 63, Bulls 61. Here's Jordan. Yes. Michael Jordan hits from downtown. Game 2 will take place here in Chicago Wednesday night. We'll be on hand starting 9 o'clock Eastern time. Game 3 at the Forum in Los Angeles next Friday. Game 4 in LA next Sunday night. Michael Jordan has 25. Jordan working against both Teagle and Drew. Livingston. Lakers now lead by 3. Worthy backing Livingston. Here's Divac. Lost it. He thought he was fouled. Armstrong. Chicago within 1. Magic Johnson says that you turned the Lakers season around. Wait a moment. What did you tell Magic?
I'm not allowed to tell you. It's a secret.
And Michael Jordan has given the Bulls a 76-75 lead. Here's Perkins off the head fake. And back come the Bulls. Jordan with the pull-up. Yes! The Chicago Bulls with a 78-75 lead. Here's Jordan. Yes. The game is tied at 80 with 6 minutes and 40 seconds to go in the fourth. Lakers with a 4-point lead. Jordan changed his mind and found Grant. He was able to hang and extend in midair, giving himself enough time to deliver the ball to Horace Grant. Shot clock to 3. And Grant able to come away with it. Jordan, yes, and it counts. Mike Dunleavy going with the shooters. Teagle, Scott, Perkins, Worthy, and Johnson. Bulls by 2. You see the clock running down. And Perkins goes for 3. He's got it. He went for the shot from downtown to take the lead. Pippen must get it, and he does. And here is Jordan. 3 seconds remaining, and let's see what the call is. Jordan rimming the basket, the foul against Chicago. 2-point Laker lead. Cartwright will toss it in. Here's Pippen from center court. He fires it, and he hit the back of the rim. And that is it. The Los Angeles Lakers steal game 1 from the Chicago Bulls.
Ready to rotate up. Ready to rotate up.
This is the NBA on NBC. The 1991 NBA Finals. Tonight, Game 2 between the Los Angeles Lakers and the Chicago Bulls.
An early June night in the Windy City, the view from outside Chicago Stadium, home of Michael Jordan and his Bulls. Their opponents in the finals arrived an hour and 45 minutes prior to the tip, led by Game 1 hero Sam Perkins and their other series headliner, Magic Johnson. A minute or so later, Jordan stepped out of his car, hoping for a second chance to send the stadium fans into basketball ecstasy. The Chicago faithful will fill this stadium for the 190th consecutive time. It is, no doubt, the most important game of that sellout streak. The atmosphere here before Sunday's opener was giddy, almost carnival-like. And while there's plenty of excitement and passion here right now, there is also tension, because the simple arithmetic is this: no team has ever lost the first 2 games in the NBA Finals on their home court and then gone on to win the title.
What a pass from Jordan. And Grant has tied it at 6. Pippen off the steal. Fortunate that he was not called for the turnover. And Cartwright has cut the Laker lead to 9-8. Jordan backing Scott. Yes. He hits on his first field goal attempt. Cartwright tried to lay it off for Jordan. Thought he'd be cutting by. Thompson steps out on a switch, and Grant able to take the pass from Jordan.
Check out Michael Jordan's eyes as he looks to his right at the last minute. Divac goes for the eye fake, flies across the lane. Jordan finds his teammate Grant under the basket for the score. Jordan reminding his teammates, keep your eyes open. I'll find you if you're there.
Good look by Worthy, but Jordan over for the block.
One of the things that Michael Jordan does so well is block shots from behind the post people's heads. By taking him off of Magic, he's able to do that now.
And that is a 24-second violation. Cartwright from Jordan. The Bulls in the midst of a run. Now lead by 6. What a pass by Jordan. And again, the recipient was Horace Grant. Paxson, yes. Pippen had the mismatch. Found Jordan open. Here's Michael. And that is only his second field goal. Bulls 38, Lakers 37. There's Jordan over Scott. Michael Jordan, a quiet first half by design, looking to get others involved. Now Michael looking to break out. And he has. He's hit 4 of 6. He has 8 points. Jordan. Well, Byron Scott did a nice job in preventing that hard dribble move to the right. But Michael still able to go glass to score. Again, a nice lead from Jordan. And Grant has been the beneficiary. He has 14. Bulls lead by 5. Michael Jordan, yes. He has 12. Perkins didn't expect the pass. Back come the Bulls. Magic. Jordan gave it up. Pippen. And he was clobbered by Scott. Jordan with the step. The bucket. Magic Johnson, and again complains he felt he was fouled.
That's at least 3-4 times that Magic's turned to the official in the last 6 or 7 minutes of play.
Michael Jordan. 5.5 left in the third. Jordan off the double fake. Paxson. Yes. Jordan over Scott. Yes. Michael Jordan on fire. 18 points. He's hit his last 8. Here's Jordan. Yes. And it counts.
We talk about the last 3 or 4 minutes of a game. The ball goes in Michael Jordan's hands. Well, so far this half, Phil Jackson has put it in his hands the entire third quarter. Scottie Pippen saying to Michael, keep it going. Got us on a roll.
Is that what he said?
Exactly, word for word.
Byron Scott called for the foul as 4th. Michael Jordan completing the 3-point play. He's hit his last 9, and the Bulls have opened up a 14-point lead. Jordan playing with 4 personal fouls. Paxson again. Make it 8 for 8 for John Paxson. Jordan again. He has 24. Half minute to go in the third. Jordan finding Pippen. It's the Bulls 86 and the Lakers 69. Michael Jordan, yes. Make it 12 for 14, 26 points. He's hit his last 11. And here's Jordan going for 12. He's got it. 12 straight field goals from Michael Jordan. AC Green. The Lakers only 1 for 10 from the floor. In the fourth, Pippen on the alley-oop. Yes!
We said last game when Michael Jordan's tongue is out, something bad's going to happen to the opposition. Once again, the tongue out. There's the bad thing right there.
Here's Jordan giving it up. Pippen. Yes. Oh, they tenacious. Green. AC continues to fire away. He's now 1 for 9. The look away to Livingston. Jordan. Oh, a spectacular move by Michael Jordan. That's 13 consecutive field goals. And a timeout has been called.
Looks like Michael Jordan's trying to find a way to miss his shot. Instead of taking the easy one, he tries to make it hard and still comes up. He said it to the fans, I love it.
Jordan, yes. Well, he had the audacity to miss one shot, and he comes right back. He is 15 for 18 for 33 points.
Their defense was very, very good in game 1. It's been even better in game 2. Tenacious, aggressive, the entire evening.
Horace Grant has had a splendid game. He's 10 for 13, 20 points. And that will wrap it as Stacey King unleashes. The Chicago Bulls have tied the series at 1-1.
Yes, it's true. This should be seen as more than just a showdown between two marquee stars. This is, after all, a team game with all the subtleties and subplots that implies. Still, Magic and Michael are so transcendent, the focus almost always comes back to them. Well, Johnson savored a classic Game 1 victory. A missed last shot left Jordan seeing red. But a few nights later, in a Game 2 Chicago runaway, it was an exhilarated Jordan who saw only bullseyes.
Michael Jordan, yes. The Bulls have exploded here in the third. Oh, a spectacular move by Michael Jordan. That's 13 consecutive field goals.
So leaving Chicago, the Lakers had the split they needed, but the Bulls had the emotional lift heading into the Forum, pointing to Game 3.
Ready to rotate up. You ready to rotate up?
This is the NBA on NBC. The 1991 NBA Finals.
Magic guarding Jordan, who's able to convert on his first field goal attempt. Paxson, yes! John Paxson again. Grant taking advantage of the overplay by Divac. And Jordan hits from long range. His second field goal. He's 2 out of 5. Shot clock down at 5. 3, 2, and Divac fired it up. Jordan from downtown. Michael Jordan with a three-pointer. Here's Jordan. Yes. Michael with 9 points and 2 assists. Shot clock down at 5. 3. Jordan. Yes. Michael Jordan with a fadeaway. The shot clock was down at 2. Scott was stripped. Jordan recovers. Lakers were looking for a foul. Oh, nice give and go. And Grant in perfect position. Bulls lead 25-23. Jordan drawing the double team, able to get it to Livingston. Cliff Livingston going glass for his first field goal. Stiegel, and that was deflected short by Jordan. Grant, yes, beautiful move by Horace Grant, who is now 6 for 8 for 12 points. Are you saying the disparity is understandable?
I'm saying that LA is in trouble right now with this guy handling against Michael.
And it is a backcourt 10-second violation. Divac handles the ball well, but you do not want Vlade one-on-one with Magic Johnson as he's bouncing the ball.
I was trying to get it in a little bit sooner, but you knew he was having big problems when Michael decided to stay with him. Vlade was hoping he would run away and go somewhere else, but he didn't disappear.
Worthy for 3. Perkins missed the tip. And the Bulls back to the offense. Livingston, yes, a rare jump shot opportunity by Livingston. And he has had himself a very nice first half offensively. Hit on a sweeping shot and now the jumper.
And you can see the confidence that Michael Jordan has built in Livingston. Steal right there by Chicago. Jordan twice in a row dishing to Livingston for scores.
And Michael Jordan converts. He has 13. The Bulls lead by 3. Jordan off the double team, got it back out. Pippen, yes. Bulls 50 and the Lakers 49, and Scottie Pippen is hitting the jumper. He now has 9.
Pippen knocked it out.
What a save by Pippen. Jordan on the rebound. Grant drawing the double team. Paxson shooting. And he got the friendly roll. John Paxson has 8 points. Lakers 70 and the Bulls 60. Good double team, and it was kicked out by the Bulls. Magic trapped by the combination of Jordan and Pippen. Here's Jordan. It has not been a third quarter for Michael Jordan. Pippen on the steal. Jordan, and the foul indicated. Hodges, quick spot up by Craig Hodges, and the Bulls have moved within 4. Perkins, Lakers looking for a foul. Michael is only 7 for 19. But as the opposition knows, always dangerous down the stretch. Cartwright, yes. So the Bulls have now come within 2. The block by Livingston once again. That is his 3rd for the game. Beautiful look away. Jordan for Pippen, and the game is tied at 74. Cartwright has returned. Cartwright up front with Pippen and Livingston. Jordan and Hodges in the backcourt. Livingston getting inside, and he's tied the game at 76. Divac off the turnover. Here comes Jordan. Jordan regrouping and then fires. Yes. And that is his first field goal in quite a spell. Pippen. Oh, what a move by Scottie Pippen. That was a Tim Hardaway move. Here's Magic going for the stuff. And he took Cartwright with him. The Bulls 82. The Lakers 80. Jordan only 2 for 8 from the field in the second half. Here is Michael. Rebounded by Livingston. Cliff Livingston continues to sparkle. 8 points, 3 blocked shots. Worthy. Bulls thought that Worthy should have been called for the charge. Worthy. Yes. Has Phil Jackson gone with Michael Jordan too much tonight? He's played all but 1 minute. He's sitting him down right here. And he's also had to go up defensively against Magic Johnson. Meanwhile, Scottie Pippen with a brilliant drive. He has 19. The Bulls take an 86-84 lead. Just under 4 remaining. Worthy delivers to Divac. Good play by Grant, who interfered with the shot. He bothered Divac. Grant. And the Bulls again strong to the board. Combination of Livingston and Pippen. Magic spinning in. The Chicago lead is 1. Here's Jordan. Did not have the shot. Paxson does. And Pippen gets the new 24. Pippen shooting. And again, it's Pippen on the loose ball with 1:10 remaining in the 4th. Jordan saw the opening. Horace Grant with 18 points. And he's extended to a 3-point Chicago lead. Shot clock at 6. Perkins. Yes. Back to a 1-point lead.
If you want to go for your best possible shot, get it in Jordan's hands, give him a screen, or let him go one-on-one and create.
And he does go one-on-one. Again, not able to hit. Divac rebound. 20 seconds to go. 14 on the shot clock. Going for the game winner. Divac fumbled it, recovered, and hit. Yes, and it counts. In the process, Scottie Pippen fouled out, and Divac to the line. He is 1 for 1 from the free throw line. Chicago calling its final timeout. And the Bulls do not have any timeouts remaining. Craig Hodges, the three-point specialist, has checked in. Here's Jordan on the pull-up. Yes! And the game is tied at 92 with 3 4/10 seconds remaining. Divac. Jordan knocked it away. Scott got it off. And we go to overtime. As we get underway in overtime, Campbell rejected. Here's Jordan. Lost control. And the Lakers on the run. Magic dumped it off. Worthy could not handle. Back come the Bulls. Magic Johnson slow to get up. Nixon throws it home. 2-point lead for Chicago. Campbell getting inside. The series tied at 1. This game 3 of the best of 7 NBA Championship Series. Here's Jordan. Yes! Michael Jordan hitting on the driving reverse. Perkins stripped and a foul call. 25 for Perkins. We're down to 2 minutes left in overtime. The spin by Jordan and hits on the reverse. Michael saving it for overtime. 2 key buckets. And the Bulls lead at 98-96. Good pressure by Chicago. Magic in trouble. And a timeout taken by the Lakers.
Jordan loves to use the rim to come up on the other side. He drives baseline, sees the rotation coming, has the great ability to hang and reverse it for the score.
Magic lost it and recaptured. Worthy got it back out. Shot clock down to 3. Perkins to the hook. And the rebound snatched by Jordan. Michael Jordan for Horace Grant. And the Bulls lead 100-96. Jordan posting. And Jordan fouled. And they now lead 102-96. 24-second clock is at 3. Grant launches and hits.
When it's going good, it's going good.
Chicago Bulls have returned the favor, beating the Lakers. We welcome you back to the Forum in Inglewood as we check out the starting lineups. First for the Chicago Bulls, John Paxson and Michael Jordan. In the backcourt, Horace Grant and Scottie Pippen are up front in the center. Bill Cartwright. Mike Dunleavy telling us he would like to work Byron into the game plan a bit more frequently. Has not been getting his shots. Here's Pippen, and the game is tied at 2. Laker foul on Worthy. Jordan off the head fake. Yes. Michael Jordan with his first field goal attempt. Worthy.
But there was some good things that happened right there. The pass into the post actually took place with 18 seconds remaining on the 24-second clock. They had plenty of time to swing it weak side.
Grant getting inside. He's been doing that throughout the series. That is first field goal today. Here's Grant from deep. Horace Grant hitting from all angles. Jordan. Yes, it counts, but he came up hobbling.
He almost shifts to another gear. He elevates and then just goes a little bit higher when he knows he needs to get it up over the top of a big player who's rotated to him.
Divac stepping out against Jordan. Cartwright. Bill Cartwright wide open. Michael Jordan found him. Grant again getting inside. And the Bulls lead by 1. Bulls with the ball down by 1. Here's Williams. Nice move.
During the regular season, Magic played 37 minutes a game, 45 plus. We see here in the finals. Has he lost confidence? No, but they better start producing because the series is winding up short.
And that shot by Teagle went short. Jordan at the other end, able to hit. Shot clock running down on the Bulls. Jordan gets it off. And Michael Jordan now has 9 points, despite the jammed toe, and you can see he's a bit on the gimpy side. Jordan around Devons.
Tremendous ball movement by Chicago. They really trust each other, believe in each other. They know where they're supposed to be on the floor and take advantage of it.
Here's Jordan going left to beat Scott. Pippen missed the tip. And the Bulls now bouncing back off the boards after the Lakers had the advantage in the first quarter.
You could really see the difference in quickness that time. Jordan again off the dribble to the basket and fouled. Scottie Pippen jumped twice last time before Sam Perkins got up one time to keep it alive. Again, off the dribble, he catches Magic straightening up in the defensive stance. Rotation too late. They just let him go for the score.
So much for the jammed toe theory. Michael Jordan has come on strong. In the second quarter, he now has 13 points. The foul committed by Johnson. 3-point play for Michael. Michael Jordan fires. Yes! At the horn.
Well, we've made a few mistakes on rotations and which way we're coming to the ball, and it's allowed them to get in for some layups.
Lakers only 5 for 20 from the field. In the second quarter, at one stretch, they missed 9 in a row. Nice pass from Jordan, and Grant extends to a 56-44 lead. Paxson shooting. John Paxson has hit 3 out of 4. That'll talk of a contest between the two as Jordan is able to drill it home for a 66-52 lead. There was talk of a pay-per-view one-on-one showdown a year ago that would match Magic Johnson and Michael Jordan. Paxson from deep. John Paxson in game 2 hit 8 of 8 from the field. The Bulls with a 12-point lead. Jordan to the fadeaway. Oh, he hit the back of the rim as he saw Divac approaching. Jordan. He beat Teagle off the dribble and then was able to spin Divac. Here's Jordan. Well, he changed the shot as he was flying toward the glass. Perkins for 3. He cannot buy one. Make it 1 for 13 for Sam Perkins.
Has changed his shot completely now. He's on the run before he releases the basketball.
Hodges. Perkins stepping out looking for the reject. Beautiful soft touch by Craig Hodges. Jordan from deep. 25 for Michael Jordan. Teagle. And Teagle now 1 for 6, and it leads to this. Final seconds. The Chicago Bulls come away with a resounding victory. In command virtually all the way. And they defeat the Los Angeles Lakers by the score of 97-82. And the foreign crowd into it here at the start. They have had their ups and downs in the cheering department during the final. Lakers control the tip. Divac on the follow.
Actually, Magic was trying to throw a skip pass across the AC Green. He intercepted it.
John Paxson drilling home his second from the corner. Teagle could not handle that pass. And here comes Jordan. Michael Jordan with a gorgeous move with Magic Johnson back. Here's AC Green. The Bulls have a 3-on-2. Nice look away from Jordan to set up Grant. And the Lakers lead 13-11. Coming up on 2 minutes remaining in this first quarter. Jordan off the steal. Michael Jordan with his second field goal. And back come the Bulls. Lakers lead at 23-21. Here's Jordan. A gorgeous move again by Michael Jordan, going at Vlade Divac strong and then able to lay it home softly. Second quarter underway, and the Bulls with a 27-25 lead. That a three-pointer for Craig Hodges. And the Lakers back to Divac, bringing it up, and he lost it. Jordan off the steal.
Again, we hate to keep saying it, but that's part of the problem when you have a 7-footer, 6'11" guy trying to bring it up the floor.
Here's Jordan. Michael is now 5 for 8. He has 10. Jordan with the steal. Pippen moving on Green. Scottie Pippen has 15. And the Bulls take a 54-51 lead. Cartwright. Yes. Bill Cartwright. Jordan to the reverse. So Michael able to answer. And Magic looking to push it down court. Here's Green, stripped by Jordan. Pippen with Perkins back.
They change ends so quickly. They go from the defense to the offense and make you pay the price.
Teagle. And Grant with the rebound. Pippen. Oh, Scottie Pippen has broken loose in this third quarter. Jordan, yes. 18 for Jordan. The Bulls by 6. Good double team. Campbell over to help. Here is Pippen. Scottie Pippen has 23, and the Bulls lead 75-72. Smith, yes. Tony Smith, 5 for 5 from the field, and the game is tied at 76.
And there's that weak side attack as Jordan takes the lob off the back pick play and slams it down.
20 seconds to go in the quarter. Here's Jordan. Oh, what a move by Michael Jordan, going to the left hand and able to squeeze through to give the Bulls a 2-point lead. Michael Jordan, yes. He has 25. Lakers and Bulls tied at 88. 7:40 remaining in the fourth. Now Campbell on Jordan. Went to the fadeaway. What a move by Michael Jordan. He has 27.
Trying to get Jordan in the isolation on the left side of the floor. The other 4 Bulls on the right side.
Pippen with the open shot for 3. Scottie Pippen has tied it. Open shot for Perkins. Cartwright on the rebound.
Can't ask for a much better look. 16-footer in the foul line area, wide open, no one playing you.
Paxson open again. John Paxson continues to provide the crushing shots. Jordan with the crossover and the bucket.
He goes wherever he wants to on the basketball floor. That's how good he is.
It is a 2-point lead for Chicago. The Lakers desperately trying to bring it back to Chicago for a game 6. Paxson, yes! John Paxson again. And the Bulls lead 105-101. Divac from 3-point land. Michael Jordan gets to it. As we come up on 10 seconds remaining, he's fouled by Green. And the Bulls beginning to celebrate. Michael Jordan with 30 points. The Bulls lead by 7. Final seconds, Magic's 3-point attempt blocked. Pippen comes away with it. And the Chicago Bulls have won their first ever NBA championship. And Michael Jordan has answered a couple of questions. There have been doubters over the years whether a team led by Jordan could win a championship, and it is so rare for a team that has a scoring champion to go the distance.
Anyone who ever questioned whether Michael Jordan was willing to give up and sacrifice for a championship was completely wrong. It was a case that Jordan is such a great winner, such a great competitor, and wanted so badly. In the early stages, he took maybe too much upon himself, but only trying to win because he knew the supporting cast had not developed yet. But once they stepped up their level of play, the Pippen moving to a new level, Cartwright doing the job in the middle, Paxson knocking out the open shots, and then Grant blossoming into the player he did, then Jordan was willing to spread the wealth around.
Michael, what does it mean to you?
It means so much. I mean, not just for me, but for the team and for the whole city. It's been a 7-year struggle. I mean, when I first got into Chicago, we started at the bottom, and every year we just worked harder and harder until we got to it. And, you know, it's so gratifying. You know, I'm appreciated so long in my life, you know, for my family, for my kids, everything. It's the most proud day I've ever had.
We read that when they broached the subject of the "I'm going to Disney World" commercial to you, you said only if all my teammates are involved.
Yeah, I wanted that to happen, you know, for them. You know, they deserve it. Whatever I get, whatever financial situation I get from that, I'm gonna spread it amongst the team. I didn't want it. I want the team to have it. I want everybody to prosper from this whole event. You know, it took a team to get to this point.
Is there a sense of completeness and fulfillment for you now that might not have been there for all your other achievements before?
Well, I wanted to get here. If I never got here, I would never have been disappointed about my career. But you know, it caps it off. You know, it means a lot to me. It means a lot to the city. I'm just happy that I was able to be a part of history in the city of Chicago.
Is there a feeling of a passing of the torch, Magic Johnson, to you? And did you have any words with him toward the end of the game?
Well, I know we expressed our love for each other and the love of competition. You know, he thanked me. He certainly was very glad for me. But passing the torch, I mean, the NBA's got so many players that represents them, and I'm just happy to be a part of it. And I think besides myself, David Robinson, Charles Barkley, all these other guys, he's going to carry the label of the NBA from now on, and I'm just glad I'm a part of it.
Bill Cartwright steps in to go against Jerome Crucy, and it's controlled. Well, deflected out. And it will be Portland ball, last touched by Chicago. Jordan spotting Pippen. Portland 5 and Chicago 2. Michael Jordan. Portland 9, Chicago 6. Jordan again from three-point land. Most unusual to see Michael bombing away. That's his third three-point attempt. Now Jordan posting up. Goes to the fadeaway. Through the foul. It counts. Drexler picking up his first. Here's Williams banking it home. Shot clock. The 5. Here's Pippen. Setting up Jordan. Wide open for another. Robinson changed his mind. Saved by Drexler. Blazers get back. Pippen back for Jordan again for 3. Well, Michael Jordan yesterday, in commenting about the comparisons with Clyde Drexler, said, yes, we're even in every category, although someone said, how about three-point shooting? And Drexler looks for the 3, and Jordan made the point, well, I have not chosen to shoot three-point shots. As if to say, well, if I wanted to go that route, I'd be doing the same as Drexler. Well, he has chosen to look for the 3 here in the first quarter. That time he passed it up and hits the 2.
Well, see, he hit 3 or 4 in a row. Then Clyde knows he had to come up on him, so he sucked him in that time, pump fake, and went right past him for the easy 2-point jump shot.
Jordan eluding Robinson. Yes! 18 from Michael Jordan.
I would get Drexler out of there as soon as I could if I were Rick Adelman. You got 2 fouls on your guy, take him out, rest him for the end of this quarter.
Grant from Jordan. The Bulls 31. The Trailblazers 28. Michael Jordan, after getting a considerable rest, has returned. The same for Clyde Drexler, and they match up once again. Here's Jordan to the fadeaway. 20 for Jordan. This is game 1 of the best of 7. Game 2 here on Friday. 9 o'clock Eastern time here on NBC. And Grant hit the deck, shaken up, but he's all right. Chicago leads by 4. Drexler for 3. That's his fourth three-point field goal. That's Jordan with the steal, eluding Ainge. Yes. The Bulls by 9. Jordan has 25. Bulls lead 54-47. Drexler went for the steal, and it's Jordan again. Michael Jordan, 11 for 17, 27. Pippen, rebounded by Grant. Jordan for 3, yes! That is an NBA Finals record. 5 three-pointers in a half. The steal by Pippen. For 3, air ball. Here's Jordan for 3, yes! Did you see that look? Michael indicating he can't believe it.
Well, if you take those hurried shots, that's what's going to happen. The wings of the Chicago Bulls can open the game wide open. Defensive pressure, the steals, the transition game, and then Pippen taking it to the hole. Michael following it back up again, throws it down. He feels it. There's nothing else you can say other than the man feels it and lets us know. Oh, here's a 3 again. You know, and just let us know that, hey, I'm feeling good. It's my game. I love it.
Paxson. Yes. John Paxson hitting on his first field goal, and it's Chicago 68 and Portland 51. During the course of the playoffs, following the series against Miami, Chicago sweeping by Miami in 3. We have rarely seen the Chicago Bulls. Pippen off the right. What a recovery by Pippen, because the ball was knocked away, but Pippen was able to get it back, and Portland wants to talk it over. Another Portland turnover. Paxson open. Yes. Now Jordan being played by Kersey. Jordan with his first field goal of the third quarter. He now has 37.
Going back to Magic's inside statement, there's only certain ways you can stop a run and stop the clock. One way is if you get fouled to go to the free throw line and stop the run.
Michael Jordan off a set play on the inbound. Robinson rejected. And Pippen puts it down. Well, this has reached the point of embarrassment for Portland. Jordan now guarded by Ainge. Livingston, yes. But Livingston, who has shown flashes during the playoffs once again this season. Trailblazers opened up by hitting their first 7 field goal attempts. And then it all turned around as Michael Jordan went to three-point land. As P.J. Armstrong just did. And the Bulls now lead 109-78. And that will do it. The only consolation, it's a 33-point differential, which is 2 points shy of the largest margin of victory in an NBA Finals game. And now we are set for game number 2 of this best-of-7 NBA Final. Bill Cartwright, Jerome Kersey on the opening tip, controlled by Portland. And you recall in game 1, the Blazers opened up by hitting their first 7 field goal attempts. Here is Jordan. Yes! Cartwright back out for Jordan again with the room. Once again, Michael Jordan working his way free, and he has hit on his second field goal. Well, this past Wednesday night in game 1, Michael Jordan put on a three-point shooting exhibition in a stunning performance, but taking too many threes can hurt his overall performance, according to Michael.
My three-point shooting is something that I don't want to excel at because it takes away from all phases of my game. My game is a fake drive to the hole, penetrate, dish off, dunk or whatever. And when you have that mentality, as I found out in the first game, of making threes, you don't go to the hole as much. You go to the three-point line and you start sitting there waiting for someone to find you. And that's not my mentality. And I don't want to create that because it takes away from my other parts of my game.
To show you the difference from the regular season, Jordan made only 27 the entire regular season in 80 games, 27 out of 100 attempts. Meanwhile, Drexler made 114 out of 338. What a difference, almost 3 times a minute.
All right, Pippen getting the roll for his second field goal. It's the Bulls and the Blazers tied at 12.
Well, according to Rick Adelman, his entire team was too soft in game 1.
Counts, and the foul. We are seeing the all-around skills of Jordan. He'd rather go to the drive and the short-range jump shot. B.J. Armstrong has checked in for the first time.
All right, Ahmad Rashad back at Chicago Stadium. Now, I have been doing some research. When Michael Jordan caught on fire in Game 1, it had an effect all over the stadium. Here at this concession stand, where they normally do a lot of business, business was down during the first half 40%. And it wasn't only here, Marv. It was also at the hot dog stand. They usually 1,000 hot dogs in the first half. Because it was lighting up inside, they only sold 225. All I can do, Marv, to keep giving you the inside stuff here.
Just fascinating. Cliff Robinson now matched with Michael Jordan. Jordan with the fake. Yes. Jordan to the crossover. Shot clock at 5. Jordan. Michael Jordan has 11. Portland leads by 1. Here's Paxson for 3. Yes. Michael Jordan. Yes. The post-up move displayed by Jordan. He's 6 for 10, 13 points. Chicago trailing by 5.
And Jordan that time turned opposite the way he had been going in game 1 on that fake jumper back to the basket. Had set Drexler up from game 1 and changed in game 2.
Michael Jordan with 15. Blazers by 7. Drexler able to receive the pass and hit the shot. Jordan hit. It counts in the foul. Clyde Drexler called for his 3rd.
Again, Michael went to his right shoulder. First half he went to his right shoulder and lost him. Again, right shoulder turn, knocks it down. Very similar to what he did in the first half at the other end of the floor.
2 for 2 at the line. He has 18 points. Cartwright comes back to Jordan. 20 for Jordan. Blazers by 7. Jordan with the room. Yes. 24 from Michael Jordan. Duckworth rebounded by Grant. Kevin Duckworth not shooting well. Here's Jordan giving it back. Paxson for 3. Yes. Jordan puts the move on. Finds Paxson for 3. Yes. Jordan. And the Blazers by 2. Jordan. Yes. The foul. Hanson for 3. Yes. Jordan checked the 24. It's down to 5. Michael Jordan with 31. The Bulls 79. The Blazers 72. Duckworth is out chasing Jordan, who fouled Grant. It counts. And the foul. Cartwright. God wants Jordan to go, and Drexler's playing with 5. Duckworth came over to help. And Jordan somehow was able to hit.
And Clyde didn't even put his hand up that time. He was counting on help from his teammates. They were coming, but then again, you know who was taking the shot.
4:15 left in the fourth. Cartwright wide open. 35 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. Michael Jordan. Oh, what a move by Jordan. Hanging and hitting to give Chicago a 97-95 lead. And Portland calls for time.
Sometimes you're only open for a moment, and they almost missed that moment because Duckworth came over on the recovery, but somehow he was able to get it through. You see, he's open and waiting. Porter doesn't want to foul. Duckworth tries to get a piece of him, but Michael finds a way to score the ball.
6-second differential on the 24. Cartwright jumping out. Here is Duckworth. Yes! A clutch bucket by Kevin Duckworth. He's tied the game at 97. Jordan played by Porter. Down to 2. Here's Jordan. And we go to overtime. Jordan checking the shot clock. Down to 4. Down to 2. And hits 38 for Jordan. The Bulls by 2. Duckworth. Another big bucket for Kevin Duckworth. Nice pass from Duckworth. Danny Ainge executing to give Portland a 105-101 lead. Jordan squeezing inside and draws the foul. He went 1-on-3. Ainge. Porter for 3. Yes! Terry Porter able to hit the 3. So the Blazers come away with a 115-104 victory over the Chicago Bulls. And they have evened the series at 1. Michael Jordan leading the way with 39. So we're set for Game 3. Game 1, it was Michael Jordan with the record for a finals ball game, 35 points in the first half, 39 in all, and he did it from three-point land as Chicago won convincingly. And then game number 2 in Chicago, the Bulls with that 10-point lead in the final minutes, not able to hang on, and despite the fact that Drexler went out on fouls, Danny Ainge with 17 points, 9 of the 17 in overtime to help lead the Portland Trailblazers to the victory.
Big concern by many people, the Bulls' ability to bounce back after the devastating loss in game number 2. Did they have enough time to get themselves straightened out in their heads and immediately go down inside low to Grant, which is one of the things that they like to do, Chicago, establish the inside game with either Cartwright or Grant early.
Well, that's what he said. He wanted to correct the perception of the statement the other day. Jordan able to stuff for his first field goal. Jordan using the screen. So Cartwright with the pick, and Jordan with his second field goal has tied the game at 12. Jordan with the steal, and then flips it out to Grant. Horace Grant able to hit, and he drew the foul.
Jordan, without even looking, understands that he's got big men that can run the floor. You got Grant finishing, and just in case he misses, Scott Williams there to follow it back up.
Michael Jordan beginning to heat up. That's his third field goal. He has 6. They double up on Pippen. Williams had it knocked away, able to recover, finds Jordan. A broken play that the Bulls were able to click on through some good fortune. Bulls by 6. Jordan changed his mind. Horace Grant off to the fast start. He has 11. Michael Jordan. Yes. 10 points for Jordan. It's been a very low-key first half. He's hit 5 of 8 from the field. Jordan. Yes. 12 for Michael Jordan.
What they just did is they ran a 2-for-1.
Blazers on a 14-4 run. Jordan. Michael Jordan is 7 of 11. He has 14. Shot clock at 5. Jordan. Michael Jordan going right at Buck Williams, who tried to provide the help. Ron Kersey, throughout the summer, took 500 jump shots a day. And And the improvement did show up. Michael Jordan with 18 points. The Bulls lead 64-58. Drexler. Pass broken up by Jordan. Michael Jordan whipping off to John Paxson. He finds the open Hansen. That was stopped by Robinson, got a piece of it. Jordan on the recovery, 10 on the shot clock. Hansen is open. Yes, another three for Bobby Hansen. He did it in the third quarter in Chicago on Friday. Here's Jordan. Michael Jordan with 20. And he's given his club a 76-68 advantage. Grant wide open.
Jerome Kersey just left his man, ran across the floor, extended all the way out 22, 24 feet from the basket, a double team. Nobody rotated to protect the rim.
Jordan. What it comes down to is Chicago severely outplayed Portland tonight. The Chicago Bulls have defeated the Portland Trailblazers by the score of 94-84. Portland shot only 26 of 78, 36% from the field. Yes, Michael Jordan bothered by the heel problem. Also Sunday night in Game 3, took a knee in his thigh, came up hobbling. Darrell Garrison, Dick Bavetta, Joe Crawford are the officials. And Terry Porter moves it across. Cartwright had a notion to shoot, but gave it up. Jordan. Beautiful shot by Jordan. Able to squeeze inside and go glass. Kersey, his shot has been way off. Jordan pulls up for three. Yes! Michael Jordan put on the three-point exhibition back in Game 1 of this series. He tied an NBA Finals record by hitting 6. Since then, he has not been able to hit from three-point land. Well, in the opening minutes, we saw Michael Jordan going to the three-point field goal. He had very little success since his opening game exploits, and we talked about that earlier.
I've kind of put that in a closet. You know, I really hadn't tried to live on that three-point shot. I mean, initially, you know, it was a shot that they were giving me, and I took it. I don't think that they are aware of my outside shot, but I don't think I have to make that known anymore. And I'm certainly not trying to look for threes, and it really takes me out of my game, my normal game.
16-5, Chicago. And Jordan able to penetrate, sets up Grant. Bulls 18 and the Blazers 5. Here's Porter again for three. And Pippen gets to it. Jordan with the save and the stuff. Down to 11 seconds to go, first quarter. The Bulls lead 26-18. Jordan, yes. Michael Jordan has 15 points. The Bulls 36 and the Blazers 30. Shot clock at 5. Down at 2. Here's Jordan. At the 24-second buzzer, Michael Jordan with his fifth field goal. He has 17 points in all. The Bulls lead by 3. The Portland defense has stepped up the last 3 possessions. Jordan, 19 points. The Bulls 48, the Blazers 45. Drexler lost it. And here comes Jordan. Well, he felt the footsteps and was able to slow down and went for the conventional layup. Cartwright for Livingston. And it's recovered by Livingston. Jordan for 3. Michael Jordan has gone back to the three-point game. He hit one early. This is second of the night, 24 points in all. Now Jordan looking to post up. Yes. Michael Jordan has 26. Jordan looked to go one-on-one, changed his mind with Ainge coming over to help. Hodges, Craig Hodges. Hodges off the bench to hit the jumper. That was 2-point range. The Bulls 69. The Blazers 64. And the Bulls open up with Jordan and Hodges at the guard. Scott Williams up front along with Horace Grant. Nice move by Michael Jordan. And he has 30. The Bulls lead 71-66. Jordan, yes. And a timeout called by Rick Adelman. Jordan did not have the movement on the baseline, got it to Paxson, and he's tied the game with the three-pointer. John Paxson hits the three-point shot, so the Trailblazers tying the series at 2. Huge victory for Portland. The officials, Jess Kersey, Jake O'Donnell, and Hugh Holland. And Terry Porter controls the opening tip. And Kersey not able to hold on to that pass.
And that's the threat of Michael Jordan being in front of you on the way to the basket.
And that is a 3 for Jordan.
Michael on a turnaround jumper.
Michael Jordan extends to a 7-2 lead. Cartwright getting the position, finding Jordan. Michael Jordan with his third field goal off to the fast start. Battle between Grant and Williams down low. Jordan setting up Cartwright. Yes, Bill Cartwright with his first field goal. It's been a hot shooting first quarter for the Bulls. They lead 35-24. Chicago has hit 13 of 19 from the field. Make it 14 of 20. Jordan 4 for 7. He has 12. Jordan with a series of head fakes sets up Armstrong. Yes, Bulls lead 39-26.
Michael brought all the Bulls together to tell Scott Williams, look, don't foul him. You got the double team coming, just what we just witnessed, and we'll make him pass out of the double team. And Duckworth turned it over. Good move by Michael. 2 points because he touched it on the rim.
The basket by Jordan will count. Michael Jordan has 16, and the Bulls lead it by 17 points. A decision for Rick Adelman. Do you stay with Clyde Drexler playing with the 3? Michael Jordan with 18 points. The Bulls now lead 47-32. There's Jordan hobbling back down court. Michael has had problems with an injured thigh, a bruised heel, and he's come up hobbling. Drexler. And Jordan gets to it.
He actually got hurt on the cameraman along the baseline after the shot. He stepped on somebody's either camera or on the belt attached to the camera, and that's where he turned the ankle. And they're taking a timeout now with Jordan having the bad ankle.
All right, Marv, that is exactly what happened. Michael stepped on one of the cameras and twisted his ankle. So he came over and Chip Schaefer retaped the ankle. Michael said he's fine, and he's back out on the court. Marv?
Ahmad looks like Michael is favoring the ankle. He's trying to work it out as he steps onto the court. Bulls by 14. Jordan for 3. Well, Michael Jordan goes back to three-point land. That's his second 3. Clyde Drexler, despite the 4 fouls, will start the third quarter. Well, he had a switch off to Jordan, who opens up by hitting the jumper.
Back door, beautiful play set up by Chicago with Pippen delivering it to Michael Jordan on the back screen live.
Jordan eluding Drexler. So Michael Jordan has 33 points, and the Bulls have an 18-point goal. Here's Jordan. Nice backdoor setup from Scott Williams. Livingston is back, replacing Grant, who a moment ago picked up his 4th. Here's Jordan. Michael Jordan with 39 points. Jordan, 43 for Michael Jordan. And the Bulls come away with a 119-106 victory. They go up 3 games to 2 in this best-of-7 NBA final. The officials, Ed T. Rush, Mike Mathis, and Hugh Evans. Ron Chris Percy and Horace Grant on the opening tip, and John Paxson controls for the Bulls.
We want to look early to see if there are any unusual matchups taking place defensively for Portland.
Percy played by Pippen, gets Drexler, and it's rejected by Jordan. Michael Jordan with the rejection. He had some help from Cartwright. Jordan slicing through, and he drew the foul. He was met by Duckworth, and he put the move on him. Robinson. And the rebound handled by Williams. Paxson for three. Portland 12, Chicago 11. Jordan posting up Drexler. I played him well. Jordan passed on the three. Finds Grant. Oh, what a play by Horace Grant. And he's tied the game at 15. Jordan. And that is his first field goal. Well, trying to get the Bulls back into it. Jordan drew the foul. It's a chant we have not heard during the playoffs. Let's go Bulls. Porter giving the three. Terry Porter with a three-pointer. Portland so successful during the course of the regular season and the earlier rounds of the playoffs from three-point land, but they have had a horrendous time of it in this series. Today, though, they've hit 2 of 3 from downtown. Michael Jordan has 8 points, and the Blazers now lead 46-34. And the Bulls reset it. Shot clock at 5. Pippen checking the clock. Pippen off the spin. Rebound Williams. Williams again, and he pops it out. Jordan for three. Now from three-point range. Rebounded by Grant. 3-on-2. It's Pippen kicking it out to Paxson. Rebounded by Pippen. Now Jordan for three. Yes! Guarding Jordan. Porter trying to draw the offensive foul. 16 for Jordan. Now Jordan is fouled. That counts, and the foul called on Porter.
Jordan knows he can get a good look over Porter. Porter tries to body him out, and then just the touch on the turn is where the whistle is called.
Portland by 12. Armstrong with his first field goal. Blazers by 15. Jordan to the spin. And Percy felt that there showed an offensive foul on Jordan. Shot clock at 8. Drexler playing with 4. Here's Jordan. Just under 5 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. Michael Jordan. Yes. The game is tied at 87. The backdoor pass picked off on the deflection. Jordan with the steal. The first time Chicago has led since the opening minutes when they had a 4-2 lead. Drexler playing with 4. Shot clock at 3. Yes. Bulls with the ball and a 2-point lead.
You don't foul, Matt. You dig in and get a stop.
Here's Jordan. The Bulls 95. The Blazers 91. Drexler for 3. Kept alive by Percy. And the foul is called. It's on Pippen. Chicago over the limit. It's a 2-point Chicago lead. Pressure by the Blazers. Drexler playing with 5 fouls, going for the steal against Jordan. Now Jordan met by Porter. There's a 2-second differential between the game clock and the shot clock. And now the foul given by Porter. 4-point Chicago lead. Drexler was checking, thought there might have been a timeout remaining. Here's Kelsey for three. Paxson with the rebound. Time running down. The Chicago Bulls have won the NBA championship for the second straight season.
Not win, yet this year brought a new sense of destiny, a gold medal, a new team, the MVP.
This is the NBA on NBC. The 1993 NBA Finals. Tonight, Game 1 between the Chicago Bulls and the Phoenix Suns.
Arizona welcome. Here's the brand new America West Arena, host to the finals in its first year as the Suns' home court. Phoenix had the NBA's best record this year, and the Suns have home court advantage in this series. Still, they're decided underdogs in the finals to the defending champion Bulls. And here comes the home team. The focal points, of course, are Barkley and Jordan. Barkley is the NBA's most quotable player, and he's been as accessible to the press as ever leading up to tonight's Game 1. But the news is that Michael Jordan has broken his 2-week media silence by sitting down with Ahmad Rashad for a lengthy interview that you'll see at halftime. Here's a quick bite of it as he responds to the criticism of his trip to Atlantic City 2 weeks ago.
Ahmad, I mean, I think one thing that a lot of people tend to forget, and even the media guys, they don't know what it takes to play the game of basketball. They don't know what it takes to prepare yourself to play the game of basketball. My teammates do. My loyalty is to my teammates. And I must prepare myself so that I can show that loyalty to the team. And I must do whatever I feel is my correct method of doing that. And it was a means of relaxing with my family and my friends. And it got me ready to play the game. I think the media took it out of context. A lot of people say, well, maybe you shouldn't have done it at that particular time, or, it was just a bad scenario. Well, no one knows what's good and what's a bad scenario unless you're the person that's actually going through that scenario. And I felt it was good that I get away. It just so happens that it was Atlantic City, and people took that further than what it should. Yeah, I had to accept that, and I did, but I didn't let it affect what my main objective was, and that was to go out there and show loyalty to this team, to my teammates, and get us to the next level.
All right, Bob, and first to a man who has made it to the NBA Finals 9 times at Magic. I know you spent much time chatting with the likes of Michael Jordan and Charles Barkley in your days as members of the Dream Team in Barcelona. And I would think there have been several conversations, animated conversations, on the subject of winning a championship.
Well, when we were in Barcelona riding home from practice one day, Charles Barkley stood up and said, hey, the Phoenix Suns will be in the World Championship. So he was feeling good about himself until Michael Jordan then stood up and said, look, Charles, it's only 4 guys on this team with world championship rings, and you're not one of them, so sit down.
During the regular season, the Suns and Bulls split 2 games, each winning on the other team's home floor. Chicago winning here convincingly. Pippen with the steal. Pippen all the way. And the Bulls off to the 2-0 lead. Barkley finds West. Mark West serving up a facial and a whistle on the play. Scottie Pippen in a mild argument. He's called for the foul. B.J. Armstrong for 3. B.J. Armstrong has had a terrific playoff run, and he is the NBA's top 3-point percentage shooter, 45% from downtown during the regular season. Johnson penetrating. Kevin Johnson, so effective off the dribble.
In the Cleveland series, B.J. Armstrong did a very good job against Mark Price and Terrell Brandon pressuring him. Kevin Johnson presents a few different problems, however.
Michael Jordan able to go glass to give the Bulls a 7-4 lead. Jordan off the steal, 3-on-2. It's Grant from Jordan. It counts in the foul. The foul called on West. Game 2 Friday night here in Phoenix. Game 3 at Chicago on Sunday. Charles Barkley. So Barkley with his first field goal. Here's Grant. Yes. Horace Grant with the post-up move extending to an 8-point lead. Dumas with the spin, had the ball knocked away, but recovered by Barkley. Ball 16. It is kind of a hybrid, unusual setup, and it can lead to all kinds of different type matchups. Bill Cartwright with his second field goal. Crowd a little impatient as the Suns are off to the slow start. Barkley goes all the way. Pippen. Scottie Pippen going glass for his second field goal. And now both clubs having their difficulties. We come up on 4 minutes remaining in this first quarter. Kevin Johnson with a brilliant move. He went the distance.
It's been such a difficult year for me, stress-wise or pressure, whatever you want to call it, because the day they made the trade from Philadelphia, if we did not get to the finals, it would have been considered a total flop in most basketball circles, considering what they gave up to get me and what people expected from us, the city of Phoenix, the Suns as a team, and basketball in general. They expected us to get to the finals. And it's just, I was kind of just relieved more than anything else that I had handled the pressure so well.
The Bulls 24. Suns 18, Pippen off the screen, yes. And the shooting is picked up at both ends. Pippen is now 4 of 6. He has 8 points. The Bulls lead by 8 with 2 minutes, 35 seconds remaining in this first quarter. Armstrong. Pippen gets to it. Setting up Armstrong. Beautiful play by Scottie Pippen. Dumas now played by Williams. Goes to the finger roll. Swept aside by Scott Williams.
One thing that kind of jumps out at you here early as Michael hits Grant on that transition, filling the right lane, score for Horace Grant.
Shot clock at 5. Now Grant over Chambers. And it looked like Chambers got a piece of it. Horace Grant off to a fast start. It's Jordan, final seconds, getting it off. Yes. 0.3 of a second remaining in the quarter. Chicago leads by 14. Strong start by the Bulls. The Suns looking shaky here in the early going. Second quarter is underway.
Phil Jackson goes with his small group, the 3-guard offense. Michael Jordan pulls up, hits a jumper, and this will be a good unit to use throughout the series against Phoenix because Westfall likes to go to unusual lineups, small lineups at times.
And Barkley backing Grant. Put to the left hand, and Grant got some help. 8:45 remaining in the first half. A backdoor pass handled by Scott Williams. And the Bulls executing beautifully. Now lead at 38-22. Jordan from deep. Yes. Michael Jordan has 8 points. The Bulls by 16. Just under 7 minutes remaining in this first half. Pippen, yes. And the Bulls open up an 18-point lead.
You know, coming into the series, everyone said you have 2 finesse teams in the finals. Well, something that shows up right away, there have only been 4 free throw attempts after a quarter and a half of this basketball game, which means either you don't have people hitting each other out there, there aren't a lot of drives to the basket, there's a lot of jump shots, or people are scoring too easy, no one's contesting them.
Chicago with an 18-point lead. Make it 20. Scottie Pippen, who had the sensational series against the Knicks, with 12 points here tonight on 6 of 8 from the field. Barkley. And the first easy attempt for Barkley. Here comes Barkley with the crossover. Barkley going all the way, trying to draw the foul, but had it knocked away. He thought he was fouled, but does not get the call. Barkley with that pass off the dribble that misfired. Here's Jordan. He had it knocked away from behind. Kevin Johnson. Barkley for Miller. Phoenix showing some signs. They are now down by 14. Jordan changed his mind. Here's Grant. The tip missed by the combination of Pippen and Cartwright. Barkley with Pippen from behind going for the steal. Finding Miller. So the Suns have cut it down to 48-37. And this crowd very much back into it, but Scottie Pippen able to quiet them down. Shot clock down to 10. Johnson got the step. And it counts. It's a goal tally. Phoenix have moved within 9. They were down by 20. Here's Jordan extending. Michael Jordan driving the lane. And he's given the Bulls a 52-41 advantage. Final seconds of the half. Miller rejected from behind by Cartwright. Pippen gets it off. So that's the end of the first half. The Bulls led by as many as 20. Phoenix now down by 11 at halftime. And here's Barkley again. Bulls lead 52-43. They isolate for Barkley. Grant going for the steal. Foul called. Counts. The basket counts. And the foul charged to Horace Grant. Armstrong for 3. So B.J. Armstrong with his second from downtown. Barkley backing in. Rebounded by Dumas. Marley. Well, Dan Marley had been quiet. It was only his second field goal. Pippen with a nice fake, and then met on the switch by West. Barkley behind the back. Barkley for Marley to the reverse. Dumas, Richard Dumas, who was benched for the entire 7th game against Seattle, has come back in very solid fashion. Dumas gets back to it. The Bulls 57, the Suns 53. Scottie Pippen continues to show the touch. 8 of 11 from the field. Shot clock at 4. Dumas lost it, and Pippen feeds Jordan. Michael Jordan. 12 points for Jordan. Jordan passed on the outside shot and went to the floater. Beautiful finish by Michael. Pippen. Yes, Scottie Pippen with 9 and a 13 for 18 points. Barkley under pressure. Went short. He thought he was fouled. And a loose ball foul is now called against the Suns.
Good offensive rebound there by Michael Jordan.
Kevin Johnson. Dumas puts it down. Richard Dumas skying to bring the Suns within 3. Trent Tucker with the shot clock running down. Final seconds of the quarter. Pippen extends to 73-69. Dumas across midcourt. Here's Dumas challenging, went all the way as time runs out. As we head to the 4th, the Bulls 73, the Suns
If you're wondering whether Chicago's come upon some tough times and can't afford good uniforms, here's how that uniform got ripped. Frankie Johnson trying to fight his way through a screen, gets a piece of Scottie Pippen, but shortly thereafter, Johnson walks over and says, I didn't mean anything by that. Pippen says, okay, you're a good man, let's move on.
In the third quarter, Phoenix red hot, 12 for 23 from the field. Jordan with the step and pitched it out. The Bulls swing it, they did not have the good shot. Now Jordan finds the good shot.
What patience by the Bulls team. Jordan penetrates, kicks it to BJ who has a shot, he doesn't take it. He pitches to Paxson who has a shot, he doesn't take it. Who winds up taking the shot? The guy that started the whole thing, Michael Jordan.
Jordan able to penetrate, and the Bulls with a 77-69 lead. Again, the double team. Armstrong over. Johnson with the shot. Frank Johnson just to beat the 24, and the Bulls lead by 4 points. Farley and Barkley converge to get a piece of it. Look out, the foul called on Scott Williams. Jordan with the steal, and Jordan goes all the way. 8.5 remaining, fourth quarter, 6-point Chicago lead. Dumas going glass. 20 points for Richard Dumas. Jordan off the dribble. 25 for Jordan. Early on the transition. Nice job protecting the ball with Jordan looking for the steal. Barkley chest to chest with Williams. Going cross court for Paxson. Here comes Armstrong looking to help, then he drops back. Oh, what a move. Barkley with the spin.
They have KJ trying to play Michael Jordan, and Chicago's trying to get it over to him for a mismatch.
And Jordan able to hit off the fake on Johnson. Kevin Johnson trying to penetrate and was stripped. Pippen around Dumas. Around Age.
Oh, my. You know, that was a bad play, first of all, by Dumas, because he tried to steal the ball, and then Scottie just took it all the way.
Now Barkley with 6 on the 24. Barkley, yes. Charles very close to a travel when he started that move. Barkley with the fake. Johnson. And Scott Williams able to collar the loose ball. Here's Jordan. Jordan is fouled. Michael Jordan has burned it up when it comes to the NBA championship round. Here's Johnson rejected by Grant. Armstrong for Pippen, and a foul called on Dumas. 5-point Chicago lead. Meanwhile, the Suns have managed to come back despite the fact that Charles Barkley has had a horrendous shooting game, 8 for 23. How about Kevin Johnson, 3 for 10, only 2 assists. Marley taking advantage of an overplay, rebounded by Grant. It's a 3-on-1. Armstrong for Pippen.
See, when you crash the offensive board on Chicago, they will get out and run on you, and that's what happened there.
Bulls not rushing their shots, again showing the patience. Now Armstrong is open for the three-pointer, and hits it.
Marv, showing the patience of a championship team.
Barkley for 3. Charles Barkley hammers from three-point range to bring Phoenix within 6. Just under 1 minute to go in the game.
There's still plenty of time left in this basketball game. They need a few breaks, but that's not one of them right there.
Well, the whole team of the Phoenix Suns just watch Michael just go in for the easy layup.
Barkley and Johnson depart. Not a good one for the 2 stars of this Phoenix Suns ball club. Barkley finished with 21 points on the 9 for 25 shooting. Johnson only 4 of 13. So the Chicago Bulls take game 1. They led by as many as 20. Phoenix did come back, but Chicago led all the way, and they win it 100-92. Michael Jordan with 31 points. Scottie Pippen with 27. P.J. Armstrong 16. Charles Barkley with 21, but a poor shooting game Charles 9 for 25. The Bulls finish up shooting 53%. Let's go to Ahmad with Michael
All right,
Jordan.
thanks, Marv. Michael, you guys showed a lot of patience in the second half after being up by 20. Then you showed a lot of patience in just staying ahead.
Well, we hung in there. We knew we gave away the momentum when we was up 18, 20 points. And they got the momentum going in the half, and we came back and established ourselves a little bit the second half, and we were able to fight off their surges.
I reported before the game when I was in the locker room that you guys really seemed confident coming into this series.
Well, you got to realize that we're an experienced team. We've been here before. We know what it's going to take to win. We got to go out there and put it on the basketball court. I think one thing that happened with Phoenix, this is their first time to the finals, so they're maybe a little bit too hyped. But they're going to go back and look at the films and make adjustments for tomorrow.
Had to be happy about your defense. Held the highest scoring team in the league below 100 points.
Well, we knew we wanted to control the tempo. This team is a run-and-gun type of team. And when they get in a fast-breaking game, they're very dangerous. But our defense, we just wanted to control the tempo.
Now, tell me one thing. Are you going to talk to the written press at the end of this game?
Yeah, I'm going to talk. I feel that that time is over with. I made a statement from my standpoint. I got some of my teammates some exposure, so I feel good. I will talk.
All right, man. Good luck to you, man. All right, back to you, Marv.
This is the NBA on NBC. The 1993 NBA Finals. Tonight, Game 2 between the Chicago Bulls and the Phoenix Suns.
America West Arena. It's been a glorious first season here for the Phoenix Suns, but there's a good chance they won't see this floor again until November if they don't win tonight. Their chances hinge on a return to form by Charles Barkley and Kevin Johnson, a combined 13 for 38 from the field in Game 1, with KJ held to 2 assists and thrown completely off his game by the pestering defense of B.J. Armstrong.
The officials, Jake O'Donnell, Jack Madden, and Joey Crawford. And we're ready for game number 2 of this best of 7. Mark West and Bill Cartwright. The Suns control the opening tip. Barkley off the pick. Barkley from the outside is able to hit on his first attempt. Johnson with the steal. Battled away by Jordan and scooped up by Pippen, leading to the fast break. Jordan, yes, and the game is tied at 2. Barkley from deep. The Suns and the Bulls are tied at 2. Oh, beautiful alley-oop for Scottie Pippen. A look-away thrown by Michael Jordan. Pippen lost it. Dumas with the steal. 3-on-1 for the Suns. Jordan looks like Michael wants to get to it early offensively. He's come out shooting. They trap Johnson. West for Barkley.
We're talking about a foul on Grant, which is 2, and they need him to play Barkley.
And Oliver Miller has come on and blocks Cartwright. Oliver Miller, the rookie from Arkansas, coming up with the rejection. Nice hesitation move by Kevin Johnson. So the Suns lead 13-8. Pippen right back. Yes. Scottie Pippen wasting no time getting down court. The Suns lead by 3 with 4 minutes gone by. Pippen has Grant in the open floor. Yes, and it counts. Barkley switches off to Pippen. Now met by a double team. Grant. Well look by Scottie Pippen off the trap in the corner. Now Barkley posting up. Charles Barkley able to hit the turnaround on Scottie Pippen.
Knowing the players and the little things they like to do might be more important against Phoenix than actually the X and O part of it.
Pippen gets inside. Pippen on the follow. Scott Williams guarding Charles Barkley. Williams coming on for the first time. Jordan for 3. Yes. Michael Jordan hitting from downtown. He now has 7 points as Barkley gets inside.
Offensive foul called that time. Chicago's defense again closing down the lane.
Jordan with 7 points, 3 out of 6 from the field. Comes back to Barkley. Chambers. The Suns and the Bulls tied at 24. Pippen off the hesitation dribble. Pippen for Williams. What a play by Scottie Pippen. Second quarter gets underway. Michael Jordan gives it up to B.J. Armstrong. And the Bulls now lead 30-29. Game is tied at 31. Michael Jordan with 9 points, and the Bulls lead by 2. Barkley stepping around Grant. 14 for Barkley, and he's tied the game at 33. Michael Jordan with a sweet stroke.
Right now with Phoenix, they're playing well defensively. And Coach Paul Westphal should feel good about that, but they got to get back here.
And Grant able to hammer it home. He thought he was fouled. Phil Jackson is very upset, but no call. Again, Jordan facing a double team as Miller comes over to help. It leaves Scott Williams open, and he takes him to the hole.
Well, right there, you saw that Charles Barkley had to make a decision. Do I run out at Scott Williams, or do I continue to guard Horace Grant up under the basket? And you can see he decided to take Horace and lay up there by Scott.
Williams. So Scott Williams getting to the offense. 6 points for Williams. Pippen broke it up. Nobody back for the Suns. It's Jordan all the way. Marley. And Barkley. Charles Barkley has 16. The Bulls now lead by 4. Just under 6 minutes remaining first half. Here's Jordan. Oh, what a pass for Horace Grant.
You talk about beautiful, unselfish basketball. There's give and go. Pass, cut to the basket, get it back, and then either score or give it off to a teammate. Michael Jordan and the Bulls.
Jordan. The Bulls lead 47-39. Michael has hit his last 4, and he has 15 points. Barkley being guarded by Pippen. Single coverage, and Barkley now has 18.
Well, Danny Ainge did a smart move. Pass to Barkley, and he cut to the corner, knowing that Trent Tucker would not go down and double team Charles Barkley.
Jordan on the recovery. Now that's one you rarely see. The pass was slightly off, but he was still able to get it and was able to convert.
Well, that's why he's so great. That's why he can do things that no other player can do.
Last time out, Ahmad overheard Phil Jackson telling the Bulls they like the tempo, they feel they're in control as Michael Jordan tips it in, and he wanted Cartwright on the floor to stabilize this team both offensively and defensively.
Now Barkley operating against King, got it back to Ainge. And the Suns finally hit a three-pointer. They missed their first 4. Jordan chased by Chambers and Marley. They continue the double up. Shot clock at 1. King gets inside. Bulls with a 13-point advantage. Barkley. Charles pulling his way and then going to the left hand. Charles Barkley's had a big first half, 20 points. Chambers to the scoop. Rebound Barkley. Oh, what a play by Charles Barkley. The Bulls by 9.
If you're wondering why we were talking about 4 or 5 passes for Chicago and then suddenly Jordan shoots a quick one, he was trying for a 2-for-1. Get one up, see if it goes in. No, they'll get the last one back.
And Barkley drew the foul. This the best sustained period of the half for the Suns. 7 straight points. And the Bulls now lead by 6. Barkley all the way, rejected by Pippen. Wanted a violation called on Jordan. Nice play, and Scott Williams extends. Jordan. Horace Grant with the rebound and pops it back out. Here's Jordan for 3. Yes. So Michael Jordan with his second three-pointer. He has 24. The Bulls regroup, now lead by 8. Johnson on the penetration. Barkley. Charles Barkley puts it back. He has 27. Jordan with the spin gives it back. Grant. Nice touch by Horace Grant. Phoenix Suns looking to tie the series at one apiece. Chambers not able to hit. Miller able to chase it down. Bulls want to return to Chicago up 2-0. And Marley with his first field goal, a three-pointer. Jordan lost it. Marley with the steal. Jordan in pursuit. Marley. The Suns within one. Jordan. Yes. And they do answer. The Bulls 70. The Suns 67. Marley played by Jordan. And Pippen has Armstrong in the clear. And we get a call, a fouls call. Barkley was cut off at center court by Scottie Pippen as Barkley was trying to race down court, and the basket will not count.
Charles Barkley gave the extra effort to try and run down what appeared to be a certain layup. To me, there's no call involved there. That had nothing to do with the outcome of that play. Should not take the basket away.
Charles has stepped up in a big way, an MVP season, and he has come back today after the bad game in game one. Here's Armstrong off the turnover, goes to the pull-up. And the Bulls now lead 72-67. Mentioned the better shot selection by Charles. There have been a couple that have got off the mark. We just saw it a moment ago, and it leads to another Chicago field goal. B.J. Armstrong with 8 points. Johnson off the dribble. Rejected. Grant came over to help. Here's Chambers. And Jordan rebound.
See, that's what I was talking about, the half court. Gets Pippen on the layup, and the basket counts.
Ahmad Rashad back at America West Arena. Now, if you've ever wondered what it would be like to be like Michael Jordan, well, imagine people trying to find you everywhere you go. This was yesterday. He was out trying to play golf. We obtained this footage from a local station here, and it was shot from a helicopter. They found him. I talked to Michael today. He said he was trying to play golf, trying to enjoy himself, but there was a camera in the woods and a camera up in a helicopter. Marv?
4:40 remaining in the third quarter. Barkley gets inside. The basket counts, and a blocking foul. Scott Williams called for his fourth. Barkley again draws the foul. Another three-point opportunity. 32 for Barkley. He's 6 of 7 from the line. 13 of 19 from the field. 33 for Barkley. Johnson is matched with Pippen. Pippen goes right at him. Frank Johnson about 6'1" against the 6'7" Scottie Pippen. Chambers blocked from behind by Jordan. Bulls have hit 6 of the last. What a pass! Jordan for Grant. The Bulls by 10. Bulls by 7. Jordan to the reverse and slapped home. Will it count? No. It is called offensive interference. Johnson. The Bulls by 3. The steal by Marley. Johnson with Barkley. Barkley puts Phoenix within 1. Phil Jackson wants to talk it over. Jordan. So Michael Jordan to the floater. Against Chicago, a 3-point lead. Barkley works off a double team. Barkley, oh, look out. He landed hard. Charles Barkley going for the rebound, shake it up, but will hang in. Looks like he hurt his right elbow. It will be Chicago ball. Barkley wants to stay in. He is hurting. The reverse. Michael Jordan has 30. The Bulls now lead 87-82. He's being guarded now by Paxson. Marley for 3. Yes! And the game is tied at 87. Dan Marley has hit his third from downtown. He's hit his last 3. And Horace Grant posting up on Charles Barkley. The Bulls lead 89-87.
Phil Jackson told his team 5 times Phoenix has come at us tonight. They're going to come at us one more time. We've got to hold them off and make them
push.
And Charles Barkley has tied the game at 89. He has 37 points and 1 point in the first half. Chicago led by as many as 14. Barkley all the way. B.J. Armstrong dumps it off. Horace Grant rejected, but hits on the recovery, and the game is tied at 91. Miller rejected by King. Barkley. And Jordan able to move across. Pippen checking the 24. 5 remaining. Paxson. John Paxson line drives it home for his first field goal. Ainge comes back to Ainge. Yes. Danny Ainge has tied the game. At 93, Ainge with 10 points. Paxson for 3. John Paxson, a notorious street shooter, given the room, and he took advantage. Strong move to the hook by Miller. Bulls by 1. Jordan. Michael has 32 points. Michael Jordan. He's getting good looks.
Oh yeah, see, Phil Jackson knew that was the right time to rest Michael. Now bring him back with 6 minutes to go and have him take over the game.
Ainge for 3. Barkley missed the tip. And Armstrong gets to it.
You see gang rebounding by Chicago. Everybody tries to help out.
And Jordan able to finish it off. And the foul. Ainge on the recovery. Barkley. No, Charles will go to the line. Barkley is 9 for 11 from the line. Bulls 102. The Suns 98. Jordan to the fadeaway. Michael Jordan with another big shot. He has 38 points.
But Marv, I can't believe his elevation is still that high at this point in the game. The man should be tired, but he elevated even higher to get that shot off.
Following the series of fakes, Michael Jordan makes it 40 points. And the Bulls with a 106-98 lead.
It's a triangle offense, all right, but the triangle is smart enough to get the ball to Michael Jordan in a one-on-one isolation. The other 4 red shirts on the other side of the floor. Watching Michael.
A minute 33 to go. Suns down to their final timeout. 1 remaining.
Now right here, it's important for Chicago to make Phoenix use some of the clock. Good block.
And it knocked away by Pippen. The Phoenix Suns are about to become the first team in the history of the NBA Finals to lose games 1 and 2 at home.
But Mark, with this road victory, think about this. In the finals, Chicago will be 7-1 in road games. That's incredible.
So the Bulls make it 2-0. That will count. It's a 3-pointer. The basket counts. So the final score, as Danny Ainge converts again from downtown, the Bulls 111, the Suns 108. Charles Barkley 42 points, 13 rebounds. Michael Jordan 42 points, 12 rebounds, and 9 assists, just shy of a triple-double. And Michael is alongside Ahmad Rashad. Here's Ahmad.
All right, thanks, Marv. Michael, you guys, just like defending champions, when the pressure was on you, you still were able to maintain your poise and still execute.
Well, our experience once again paid off for us down the stretch. I mean, you're talking about a team who's been in this situation before, and they made a great push at us down the stretch, and we just went through our basic offense and executed down the stretch.
Now, consciously, did you come in to take over the game just in the last part of the 4th quarter? When the score was tied 91 apiece, you come in, you guys shut the door on them.
Well, I've been in this position before, and my team puts a lot of confidence in me. I got that extra rest in the 4th quarter so that I could come out and make an effort on the offensive end, and I think it was a good team effort from everybody, rebounding-wise and defensively.
All right, congratulations to you. Good luck to you in the next game.
Thanks.
All right, back to you, Marv.
A crowd of 17,000 plus at Chicago Stadium This, the 292nd consecutive shutout, a streak that dates back to November of 1987, and this one of the loudest crowds in the NBA, and the decibel level will begin to rise with the introduction of the starting lineups. And here is the public address voice of the Chicago Bulls, Ray Clay.
And there's the concern with Kevin playing him, that Michael will post Kevin up. But then again, if Michael's got it all the time, then the other people aren't hurting him.
Here's Pippen. And it's tipped home by Jordan. Here's West. Dumas on the tip. And the Suns now lead by 3. Bulls try to break, but the Suns did get back. Jordan with room for 3. Yes. Michael Jordan has 7. And he has tied the game at 17. Both teams have only 2 team fouls. Very few whistles here at the start. Jordan, after feeling around for the presence of Marley. Game 3 of the best of 7. Phoenix trying to cut it to a 2-1 lead. Chicago trying to go up 3-0, and Michael Jordan puts the Bulls up 27-19. Dumas with the second effort following the rejection. And the Bulls now lead by 6 points. Jordan off the crossover. Oh, he's on fire. Michael Jordan with 13. So a 3-guard alignment for Chicago. Jordan, Armstrong, and Tucker, along with Williams and Grant. Armstrong is open for 3. 11 for B.J. Armstrong. Jordan with the room. Too much room for Michael Jordan from a Phoenix point of view. Cartwright. Bill Cartwright in the right spot for the ricochet. The Suns lead by 4. Jordan and Barkley both scoring 42. Only the second time in NBA Finals history that 2 opponents have hit 40-plus in the same game. Back in '69, it was Jerry West of the Lakers scoring 41. John Havlicek of Boston hit him 43 as Michael Jordan cuts it to a 2-point lead. Dumas. Crowd wanted to travel on Dumas, and then he lost possession. Jordan for 3. Michael Jordan hitting the 3-pointer, his second of the night, and he has 20 points for the game. Now Marley picks up Jordan. Shot clock at 6. Jordan. Oh, he set it up with the crossover. 22 for Jordan. The Bulls by 1. B.J. Armstrong has had the hot hand. Now Jordan posting up. Oh, very friendly rim for Michael. Armstrong. He is on fire. 17 for B.J. Armstrong. He's hit 8 of 11. Dumas. Oh, what a move, but could not complete it. And again, Pippen on the open floor. Jordan for 3. Michael Jordan with his 3rd 3-pointer. Now Johnson to the left hand. Too much dribble. Kevin Johnson coughed it up. Here's Pippen. Foul. It counts. Seconds remaining in the quarter as Michael Jordan has given the Bulls a 1-point lead. And off the steal, Pippen set up by Jordan cuts it to a 9-point Phoenix lead. 3-point attempt by Ames went way short. Here is Armstrong. And now the Suns will call for time. Suns by 7. Jordan going left. Phoenix 101, Chicago 96. Just under 4 minutes remaining in the game. Bulls trying to make it 3-0 in the best of 7. Suns trying to cut it to a 2-1. Chicago lead with Game 4 coming up here on Wednesday night. Minute 35 to go, 4th quarter. Jordan sets up Grant. And the foul. Morris Grant very quietly early going in foul trouble has come on strong down the stretch. Three-point play. Game tied 103. By now, Pippen will throw in. Pippen to the basket to Grant. And we go to overtime. That almost worked. And it's Johnson one-on-one against Jordan. No help. Now Marley over, leaving Pippen open. And on the back tap comes back to Jordan.
Phoenix did a good job of defending it.
Jordan. Well, Johnson fell down going for the fake, and Michael Jordan, who has struggled from the fourth quarter on, is able to hit the basket that gives Chicago a 2-point lead. Kevin Johnson setting it up against Michael Jordan. Chambers set the pick. Here's Chambers. Oh, what a move. Tom Chambers ties the game at 1:07. We're down to 20 seconds in the overtime. 15 on the shot clock. Kevin Johnson checking with Paul Westphal. No timeout being called. They want to continue the play. Barkley going at Grant. Here's Johnson on the penetration. Barkley with the rebound. Barkley goes short. Rebound Johnson. Time running down. Here's Ames to win it. We go to a second overtime. Bulls by 2. We come up on 2 minutes remaining in the second overtime. Jordan. And Chicago leads 111-107. Armstrong with the look down low for Jordan. Jordan to the fadeaway. Oh, an enormous basket for Michael Jordan, who has been struggling from the fourth quarter on. Jordan slipped. Nearly traveled. Pippen. That was deflected short, and Barkley gets to it. 10 seconds left in the second overtime. The Suns are down by 2. Marley. Yes! Dan Marley has tied the game at 114. Timeout called by Chicago. Pippen will throw in. 3 2/10 seconds to go. Grant for Pippen. He has the shot. Gets it off. And we go to a third overtime. Strong. It's a 2-point attempt. Grant hustles it down. And a new 24 for the Bulls.
Paul Westphal complaining that time Barkley was shoved in the back. That's why he didn't come up with the rebound.
Here's Jordan. The Bulls lead by 2.
Sometimes players have a hard time understanding why coaches emphasize points early in the game. Go back to when, at the end of the first quarter, Pippen went a little bit too soon to the basket.
And Jordan gets the roll. 5-point Phoenix lead. The Phoenix Suns in triple overtime have defeated the Chicago Bulls 129-121 to battle their way back into this series. Chicago now leading it 2-1. Welcome back to Chicago on a 74-degree night in the Windy City. The road team 10 up and 5 down in the last 15 NBA Finals games. That includes all 3 games this series. So the home court has not exactly been an advantage. Phoenix 6 and Chicago 2. Michael Jordan hitting on his first attempt. The Bulls up 2-1. Game 5 here in Chicago on Friday night. And the Suns want to make it a Game 6 back in Phoenix on Sunday. Michael Jordan is 2 of 3. Caught right. Played by Barkley. Jordan. Yes. 7 points for Michael Jordan. Now Jordan guarded by Dumas. Marley over to help, but leaves Pippen open. And Pippen goes to the hoop.
No interior defense that time. No one stepped up to meet Scottie Pippen. Everybody in the stadium knew he was going to fake and put it on the floor.
Barkley getting the position on Pippen, and Charles with his second field goal. He has 4. The Bulls 25 and the Suns 22. Bulls have hit their last 7 straight as Michael Jordan makes it 4 for 7 for 9 points. Bulls have led by as many as 7. Michael Jordan on target. He's 5 out of 8. 11 points. Chicago 29. Phoenix 25. First time McRae has played in this series. Seldom used during the season. Jordan, yes, and it counts. It has been a splendid playoff run for Michael. I asked him, is this the best that he has played all season long?
I think it has been, because I think what's at stake is a little bit more challenging than what was at stake going through the 82 games. You know what I mean? Once you go through it a certain amount of times, you have a monotony starting to set in, so you don't really have the challenge that's there today or at this particular time. And I think that's helped me elevate my game and be more consistent with my play.
Ainge on the follow. 3 minutes gone by in the second quarter. And the Bulls now lead 37-35. Here's Jordan. 19 for Jordan.
Well, Westball, I would think, feels pretty good. He hasn't had to play KJ on Michael a whole lot here so far, and they're still close enough. If he needs him a lot in the second half, he should be fresh.
Michael Jordan, 10 for 14, 23 points. Jordan with some room. 11 of 16, 27 points. Bulls 0 for the last 6. Michael Jordan has returned and gets right to it. 29 for Jordan. Chambers with room. It was deflected by Grant. Grant with the block. Jordan around Marley. Jordan all the way! Yes! And it counts!
Well, Michael is dangerous when he gets the rebound and he can go coast to coast. He's going to dunk on 2 guys.
What a lane opens up. No one closes down. You've got to get to Michael sooner. You let him get inside the foul line area. You know he's going to take off from there, elevate, and keep flying to the front of the rim.
That has not been one of Charles's forte, shooting from downtown. Michael Jordan, 14 for 20. He has 33 points. Barkley, rebounded by Cartwright. Charles Barkley, 6 of 13. Michael Jordan, once again with the extension, once again taking it to the basket. Chambers and Grant able to get to it. Scott Williams has replaced Bill Cartwright. Jordan around Dumas. Yes, and it counts. Now Marley guarding Jordan. Dumas also there. Pippen. Oh, he was left free. Scottie Pippen takes advantage of the double team. Pippen has 14. The Bulls lead by 10.
And I think they should now run an inside play to Charles Barkley.
Bulls fortunate to get it back. Here's Jordan. And again Jordan with it. Armstrong for 3. The Bulls with only their second three-pointer, but they extend to an 11-point advantage. Jordan for Grant. Beautiful pass. The Bulls lead 79-71 with 4:25 remaining.
The difference between last game for KJ, Kevin Johnson, and this one is he made a couple jumpers early, which got his confidence level up. Right now, he's just 2 for 9 from the floor. Not real confident shooting.
Michael Jordan, very confident shooting the ball. 41 for Jordan. Ainge changed his mind, started to go up, crowd wanted to travel, and then it's thrown away. Oh, Jordan and Ainge trash talking. Ainge with his hands on Jordan. Jordan just told him, get your hands off me.
Exactly. Now it's heating up. This is a series now. The series I come to expect that it was going to be. Like I said earlier, it was too much friendship earlier, and now they're getting into it the way a series in terms of a championship is supposed to be.
Looked like Jordan and Barkley had some words.
Exactly.
Jordan. Nice pull-up move by Michael Jordan. Johnson with the ball fake, went all the way. Here comes Jordan. For Michael Jordan. Crossover move for Jordan and finishes with the finger roll plus the foul.
Dan Marley told us when he crosses over right to left, I cannot stay with him. I know it's coming, and there it is, right to left. He gets the step, and then the elevation, and then the finish.
Well, what happens is Michael Jordan knows his foot speed is better than Dan Marley's, and he's just using all the quickness that he has.
And for Jordan, 50 points. The Bulls lead 100-94. Scottie Pippen taking advantage of a double team on Jordan, and then he's called for a double. No, wait a moment.
Jump ball.
A jump ball. The call was changed, and the Suns are upset. And it's controlled by Chicago. Jordan using the official Hugh Evans as a screen, and then he's pushed. Oh, Ainge and Jordan going at each other. Ainge and Jordan had a incident earlier, and they continue to talk. Michael had the finger pointed in the face of Ainge. He did not like
Personal foul, Phoenix, 22.
Did not like the body work from Ainge. The personal is called on Ainge, and a double technical on Jordan, and Ainge handed out.
You're going to watch it right here. After the foul, Michael throws his elbow up. Danny was hollering for an elbow. Then they got tangled up here. Danny gets mad, grabs the ball. Michael, they're just exchanging right now.
The Bulls have a 5-point lead, 2:20 remaining in the game. Chicago 104, Phoenix 98. The steal by Armstrong. Armstrong took it away from Kevin Johnson.
They want to play good defense without fouling right now.
There is a 7-second disparity between the shot clock and the game clock. Jordan, yes, and it counts.
You know, it would have been better for Charles to foul him all the way than halfway fouling.
Foul called on Barkley. 4-point lead for Chicago. Michael Jordan, 12 of 17 from the line. Gunning for point number 55. The Bulls lead by 5, 13 and 3/10 seconds remaining.
And remember, I was talking about whether Charles would hard foul Michael Jordan. It was time for that hard foul right there. Instead of hard fouling, he lets Jordan get it up, and he compounded by fouling him, and it's a chance for the three-point play.
The Bulls by 5. We'll be back in a moment.
Jordan puts the ball on the floor, goes to the basket to try and initiate contact. Instead of taking his arms down, Charles Barkley tries to move under him for the offensive foul. No good. Too much concentration, too much elevation. Michael Jordan on the drive to the basket gives Chicago the lead.
And Michael Jordan with 55 points has tied Rick Barry for the second highest total in an NBA Finals game. Elgin Baylor with 61. Rick Barry had 55 back in 67 against Philadelphia. And now Michael Jordan with 55. Miller fires. So the Chicago Bulls have taken a 3-1 lead on the Phoenix Suns. No team has ever come back from a 3-1 deficit to win the NBA Finals. Bulls with the 3-1 lead control the opening tip.
You can see that Grant doesn't feel early. There's a sense of urgency that he has to be uptight on him until he makes a few, just like Kevin Johnson did from the left corner.
Michael Jordan for 3. Yes. Well, Michael wasting little time. His first field goal opportunity, and he converts. Johnson, yes.
I'm afraid to see what the number might be tonight with Michael. Each game they've gone up 31 points, 42 points, 44, 55. Scottie Pippen with the backdoor layup.
And that was a beautiful pass from Michael Jordan. All the defense was paying attention to him. He just whipped it through.
Here's Jordan. So Michael has hit his first 2, a 3 and a 2 for 5 points. Jordan guarded by Marley. They'd like to get Cartwright involved. And they do. Suns by 1.
I think they should continue to go to that matchup. Bill Cartwright with Charles Barkley guarding him.
Pippen with the fake. Beautiful baseline drive Scottie Pippen. Johnson. Oh, what a move by Kevin Johnson. He's hit 4 out of 4. He has 8 points. Suns lead by 10. And they've hit 11. Oh, the alley-oop for Michael Jordan. So Dumas is now guarding Jordan. Pippen. 8 unanswered for Chicago. Miller rejected by Jordan. And here comes Williams, 3-on-1 for Chicago. Phoenix got back. Stacey King, who just checked in. Paxson, eluding Barkley, hits the three. 11 straight points by Chicago, and they move within 5. Jordan, oh, difficult shot. Michael Jordan with the turnaround. He has 9. Michael Jordan showing some signs after not looking to shoot for a long stretch. Jordan on the follow. Suns 40. The Bulls 38. Johnson off the dribble. Dumas played by Purdue. Richard Dumas getting it over Will Purdue, and Dumas has 12 points. Phoenix leads by 4. Armstrong for 3.
See, BJ got that three-pointer because 2 men jumped out at Michael Jordan.
Jordan, yes.
You know, that was an experiment to see if he could use that same dribble move against Kevin Johnson that he uses against Dan Marley.
Armstrong passed on the 3, hits the 2. Chicago 45, Phoenix 42. Cotton Fitzsimmons, Senior Executive Vice President of the Suns, color commentator on the radio broadcast. Michael Jordan, 7 of 11. He has 15 points. Suns with a 51-47 lead.
You mentioned that Phil Jackson not happy with his starters.
He does have Stacey King and Scott Williams joining Jordan, Pippen, and Armstrong. Michael Jordan has 17. Suns 52. The Bulls 49. Evan Johnson guarding Michael Jordan. Shot clock at 5. Jordan cuts it to a 4-point Phoenix lead.
I love what the Phoenix Suns are doing in their half-court offense. They're really executing their offensive play in the half-court very well.
Michael Jordan line drives it home. Phoenix 61 and Chicago 55.
Is it tough getting riled up at Michael?
Not at all. Not if he's trying to intimidate. Michael's a master at intimidation verbally. And he probably can intimidate some people. He can't intimidate Danny Ainge. And hopefully, if he go after Danny, we'll have to go after him.
As Danny Ainge and Michael Jordan got into it in game number 4, Jordan just drilled that corner jump, so the Suns now lead 72-60 with 4:20 remaining in the third quarter. Paxson hits the 3. He is 4 for 4 from downtown. Kevin Johnson, rebounded by Scottie Pippen. Jordan for 3. Yes. So Phoenix calls for time. Crowd looking for a travel. Johnson had it knocked away by Pippen. 3-on-1, 4-on-1. It's Jordan. The Suns 76. The Bulls 71. Suns 88. Bulls 79. Jordan with the turnaround. And the Suns now lead by 7. This crowd disappointed. They came here hoping to celebrate a 3-peat. Michael Jordan cuts it to 9.
Smart move by Ainge. Michael Jordan hit the little turnaround, but what he really was trying to do was create a shot for Paxson. Ainge almost came to help out, but stayed at home. Michael couldn't get it to him.
10-point Suns lead, and that will do it. The Phoenix Suns, leading most of the way, remain alive in this best of 7 as they knock off the Bulls 108-98. The Bulls now lead 3 games to 2, but this series goes back to Phoenix. Conwright will jump against Mark West, and the Suns control the opening tip. Nice lead. Dumas was rejected by Grant. Good luck from Kevin Johnson, but Dumas was stopped. Michael Jordan on a pull-up. Yes. The Bulls 3, and the Suns nothing. Suns lead 10-9. Kevin Johnson. And it's tipped home. Richard Dumas with the tip. Suns 12, Bulls 9, Jordan for 3, and Michael Jordan has tied the game at 12. Scottie Pippen with his first field goal. Marley breaking down. Marley had the rebound knocked away by Grant, and he was looking for a foul. Armstrong on a hesitation dribble. Crowd roaring, they thought he stepped out of bounds. Jordan hits another 3. So the Bulls lead by 1. Michael Jordan has hit 2 from three-point land. Ainge on a quick release for 3. Ainge has tied the game at 22. Armstrong for 3. B.J. Armstrong hitting on his second three-pointer from the very same spot. We come up on 2 minutes remaining in the quarter. Jordan, yes. And Michael Jordan has 10 points. The Bulls 29 and the Suns 26. Marv Albert along with Nazar, the illustrator, Mike Fratello, Ahmad Rashad, Anna Storm, Tucker for 3. Trent Tucker buries the three-pointer.
So sit the league's best three-point shooter down, and B.J. Armstrong bring a guy in like Trent Tucker who does the same job, puts three-pointers right in the bottom of the net.
All right, Jordan from long range. That's a 3. Michael Jordan with his third three-pointer, and the Bulls now lead by 7. And Jordan gets right back to it. The Bulls lead by 7. Armstrong for 3. B.J. Armstrong hitting on his third three-pointer. The Bulls now lead by 8. Chambers open. Well, Tom Chambers set up beautifully the last couple of times down, but not able to convert. Paxson, yes, that's a three-pointer for John Paxson. Now Jordan posting up. Yes. Michael Jordan, 7 of 12. He has 20 points. Shot clock at 8. Michael Jordan able to use the height advantage with Kevin Johnson in the matchup. Shot clock at 4. Michael Jordan is 9 for 16. He has 24 points. Tucker. Trent Tucker hits again. 1 3/10 seconds remaining in the quarter. 5:25 remaining in the game. Jordan getting the good look. He has 27. The Bulls 90. The Suns 88. Marley for 3. Yes. The Suns lead 91-90. Just under 5 minutes remaining in the fourth. Here is Jordan. Yes. Michael Jordan answers. The Bulls 92 and the Suns 91. They double up on Jordan. Here is Jordan. Yes. Michael Jordan cuts it to a 2-point Phoenix lead. Ainge pitches back to Frank Johnson. Rebounded by Michael Jordan. Now Frank Johnson, not the man that the Suns would have wanted to take that shot, and Jordan is able to go the distance.
Worst thing that could happen, let him score and use up very few precious seconds. So now, if they can get a defensive stop without fouling, Chicago will have a chance to tie the game.
2-point Phoenix lead. 25 seconds to go. 10 on the shot clock. Pippen over the help. Marley eluding Jordan. Frank Johnson gives it back. Marley. Oh, he went short. And it's a 24-second violation. Let's see. Ed Rush and Mike Mathis conferring. Apparently, Chicago had called for ties. Suns by 2. It has come down to this possession.
They want Michael to get a full head of steam, try to keep him in the middle of the floor.
Well, Pippen got the step. Here's Paxson for 3. Yes! The Bulls take a one-point lead, and Phoenix calls for time with 3 9/10 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. 9/10 seconds to go. Evan Johnson will inbound. Oliver Miller plays it. Here's Johnson. Johnson gets, no, he could not get it off. Knocked away by Grant. It's all over. The Chicago Bulls have made it 3 straight NBA championships. A three-point shot by John Paxson, the game winner. The Bulls with a record low, only 12 points. In the fourth quarter, that is a NBA Finals record low, but it was enough.
Michael Jordan, when that buzzer went off, first jumped so high, but immediately had the presence to chase the basketball down into the crowd. Whoever had picked it up, he wanted that basketball, signifying the 3rd world championship in a row, and he went after it and got it.
Michael will allow you to speak first on behalf of your teammates.
Well, I think everybody put their effort out there. You know, from Corey Williams to Ed Neal, all the guys that were going to injury reserve. You know, this is a hard-fought three-peat. You know what I mean? It took a lot of work. A lot of times it looked kind of dim, but we stuck in there. We hung together as a team, and you know, this is the reward of what the hard work does for you.
Thank you. The crowd here kind of blocks us from seeing the monitor. We'll try, but until Pax's winning three-pointer, you had all the points for the Bulls in the fourth quarter.
I knew Pax was going to make that. I just knew it whenever he got it. It was a great draw in. And, you know, for my part, I just try to do whatever I can. I hope you enjoy it, Bob. It feels good right now.
Is it joy, or is it relief, or is it a combination? This has been a great year, but a tough year.
It's both. You know, it's a relief. Plus, it's great to win. You know, I think we've gone through a lot. Me, personally, I've gone through a lot of ups and downs, but to cap it off this way means a lot to me, believe me.
I hate to make you look ahead, but you've talked about retirement in a year or two. Could you step aside if the streak is still intact?
No. You know, my love is strong for this game right now. That's how I'm looking at it, and I'm going to be here as long as my love is strong.
Johnson. Luke Longley on the opening tip, and it's controlled by the Bulls. Pippen going right at Payton. Matchup that Hannah referred to. Now they double up on Jordan. Harper is open for 3. Yes.
Well, right away you see the strategy. They will come and double team Michael with Hersey Hawkins, just trying to get the ball out of his hands, and they're willing to let Ron Harper take that shot.
As Jordan comes up with the block on Hawkins.
Phil Jackson Field, he told me before the game that he thinks that the Sam Perkins-Tony Kukoc matchup is going to determine this series. Which one can lead their bench to the greatest performance?
Michael Jordan with his first field goal. And the Bulls now lead 14-10. Jordan. Yes. Michael Jordan missed his first 2. He's hit his last 2. And the Bulls are up by 6. Now Jordan going against Payton. Goes to the fadeaway. That shot. He wanted Gary Payton.
As soon as he had a one-on-one, he waved everybody out of there, and he wanted to go. Not a bad job by Gary Payton. He forced Michael out just a little bit further than he likes to be on that fadeaway jump shot, but Michael's eyes lit up when he saw Payton there. He wanted a piece.
So Jordan, after the slow start, has hit his last 3, and the Bulls lead by 9.
In the Seattle huddle, Marv, George Karl telling his team he wants to continue to see a crowd around Michael Jordan because he said Jordan is not looking to pass. He's looking to win this thing on his own. They're down by 4, Marv.
And as you say that, Michael unleashes from 3-point range. And Jordan is being guarded by Woodgate. Jordan to the front. So Michael has opened it up. He has 18 points, and the Bulls lead by 6. Jordan getting right to him.
Well, once the ball went into Michael Jordan, the quick double team right back out to Pippen, and then the quick repost of Seattle's defense not quick enough to match it.
Depth of Shrimp finding the range in the second half.
And the game is tied at 75. Shrimp with all 9 points in the third. Michael Jordan is back. Well, Michael Jordan sat down when it was 69-62 Chicago, and now he's given the Bulls a 77-75 lead.
They just can't finish at the basket area. Too much size, too much athletic ability for Chicago.
Kukoc from Jordan. 18 for Tony Kukoc. Oh, Michael Jordan with a high, arcing jump shot. And then it has something to say to the Seattle bench. Shot clock at 5, 40 seconds remaining in the game. Jordan, yes. In dramatic fashion. And the Bulls have won game 1, 107-90. The officials, Ed T. Rush, Jess Kersey, and Hugh Hollins. Hollins not a favorite of the Chicago Bulls. The Sonics control the opening tip. Michael Jordan setting up against Detlef Schrempf. Uses the pick. And Hopper able to keep it alive.
Longley is a very skilled player.
It's the Sonics 9 and the Bulls 8. Now Schrempf guarding Hopper. The backdoor pass.
Oh, that's part of the triangle offense that usually doesn't start that far out on the floor.
7 rebounds for Johnson in just under 5 minutes in this first quarter. Jordan gets inside. And the game is tied at 12.
Good thing for Seattle is how many shot attempts they're getting as Jordan is feeling it perfectly early on. But Seattle has taken twice as many shots as Chicago has. That's something they don't normally do.
Jordan, the fadeaway on target, and Michael is 5 of 7. He has 10 points. Bulls lead by 1. Hawkins for 3. And back comes Jordan. Pippen putting the move on Hawkins and hitting. Bulls lead 20-17. Seattle with the edge on the boards. Sonics with a 1-point lead. Open shot for Hopper. A 3 for Ron Harper. And the Bulls have taken the lead. 4 minutes to go in this first half, and the game is tied at 39. Scottie Pippen. 12 for Pippen, and the Bulls lead by 2. Kerr, yes. Steve Kerr creating by himself with a quick release. And Jordan for 3. Well, that was an offensive sequence that was not going anywhere, and Michael able to bail them out. Longley with a nice dish from Michael Jordan.
I really think taking Schrempf off of Jordan has freed up his mind to concentrate on offense.
Jordan over Hawkins. So the matchup for the moment is Hersey Hawkins defending against Michael Jordan. And Jordan all over Hawkins. Last touch by Hawkins. What a play defensively by Michael Jordan. Perkins, air ball. Here comes Jordan. Leading Cooper. And George Carl wants a timeout. A 7-0 run by the Sonics since that Chicago 13-point lead. Jordan. Michael Jordan able to penetrate. 6 on the 24. And Kerr fires for 3. Rodman with the offensive rebound. And that ties an NBA Finals record. 11 on the offensive glass for Rodman, and that was a big one. Foul is called to stop the clock with 15 and 8/10 seconds remaining. Detlef Schrempf called for the personal. This time Pippen will try to inbound. Jordan gets it back to Pippen. And Hawkins called for the foul. Down to 8 and 9/10 seconds. Pippen misses on both. Rodman able to get a jump ball out of it. However, it's only a 3-point game. That was almost an air ball by Scottie Pippen. Let's see. Well, we leave a hat trick. And it's controlled by Jordan. And now the foul with 3 and 7/10 seconds remaining. Oh, Peyton and Jordan having some words. Face to face. And Hopper guides Peyton away. And Rodman is able to hit for a 4-point lead. Perkins fires it down for Schrempf, and that will do it. The Chicago Bulls escape with the victory. A reminder that the Sonics and the Bulls are well aware of. Only 2 teams in the history of the NBA have been able to come back from an 0-2 deficit Bill's Portland team did it in 1977 over the Philadelphia 76ers. Boston did it in 1969 against the Los Angeles Lakers.
And the Bulls say they are ready for this emotional onslaught from this crowd. They know the Bulls, that is, cannot ease into this ballgame. Seattle is starting to gain some confidence.
It is Irvin Johnson and Luke Longley on the opening tip and taken by the Bulls. Pippen able to save that backdoor pass. Here is Jordan for three. Bulls able to get off to the quick start. Jordan setting up Longley. Yes. Talking to the Bulls prior to tonight's game, they're all concerned about the energy lift that this crowd would provide Seattle. Well, they took care of that with the fast start.
Seattle over three from behind the line, continuing a disturbing trend as Jordan making that statement game. Going at who's ever guarded.
Illegal defense was just called for the first time against Seattle. Here's Kukoc for three. Phil Jackson forced to go with Tony Kukoc as the starter because of the knee problem suffered by Ron Harper. Jordan, yes. 9 points for Jordan. He's hit 3 of 7. Not seeing many stops at the other end of the court as Chicago goes to the offense. They have been scoring at will in this first quarter.
It's a classic example of just what great offense does to a very good defense, one of the top-rated defenses in the NBA, Seattle this year.
And a three for Jordan, that gives him 12. Bulls lead 30-12. A steal by Jordan, leading to the breakaway by Pippen. Oh, the Bulls are just eating up the Sonics in this opening quarter with a minute 35 remaining. It's the Bulls 32 and the Sonics 12. Got clock at 5. Brown for three. Randy Brown, who does not think shot first, able to hit from three-point land. Again, it's Peyton on Jordan. Sally, played by Kemp. Jordan, yes, nicely done on the setup from Kukoc. And there's nothing passive about Tony Kukoc here in the first half. Sean Kemp, 6 points now for Kemp. The Bulls 51, the Sonics 35.
Tony's one of those guys who responds to the challenge. A very competitive guy, even though a quiet personality. Harper out. He knows it's his day.
And Michael Jordan picking it up. He has 20 points. The Bulls by 18. Jordan being guarded by Wingate. Shoots over. Yes. Oh, Michael is on fire now. 23 for Jordan. Jordan. Yes. Michael Jordan with 25. Hawkins for three. They just cannot hit from downtown, and it leads to this. A fast break bucket by Jordan. Michael Jordan, only 2 points in the third quarter, was not part of the offense, but figures to be a different story here in the fourth. Jordan now with 31. Jordan with the pull-up. Yes, and it counts. Foul committed by Wingate. And Jordan to the line. Bulls winning game 3, 108-86. So we're set for game 4 of this best of 7. The Bulls seeking a sweep for their 4th championship the last 6 years. The Sonics hoping to push it to a game 5 on Friday. And Scottie Pippen able to control the opening tip.
Interesting. Ahmad said Michael told him they only need 1 out of 4. Michael told us he's got things he's got to get done. He's ready to take care of business.
And here is Jordan. So the Bulls with a 2-0 lead.
Jordan to the hoop.
And Rodman able to convert. Seattle has opened up 1 of 8 from the field, and the Bulls lead 6-2. Here on Sunday night, the Bulls opened up with a 19-4 lead to refuse the crowd. Crowd very much into it right here. Peyton from three-point range. Curl for three. He's the one. Perkins with the box out. The Sonics with a 14-2 advantage in the second quarter. Jordan able to capitalize on that steal. It's the Sonics 39, the Bulls 25. Here is Jordan. And Michael Jordan with his third field goal. He has 7 points. Back comes Pippen, has a 3-on-2. Jordan on the drive. Yes, and it counts. So Jordan will go to the line. Backdoor feed. Nice pass from Rodman to set up Jordan. Kukoc passed on the 3 and hits the 2 as he goes glass. The Bulls' worst loss of the season. Regular season and playoffs. Once again, Kemp gets inside. March 10th against the New York Knicks at Madison Square Garden. It was Jeff Van Gundy's second game as head coach of the Knicks. And the Knicks beat the Bulls 104-72. It counts and the foul. So Jordan will go to the line. Seattle Sonics will not be swept. This will go to a 5th game on Friday night here in Seattle. Luke Longley and Sean Kemp on the opening tip. Controlled by Frank Burkowski. Shrimp. Nice move, but way off on the shot. And here is Jordan. Michael Jordan on the breakaway.
And the hop. Did he ever get up in the air? Great play by Dennis Rodman.
Here's Kemp on a pull-up. Yes. It's been all Sean Kemp for the Sonics. Bulls lead 12-8, and Kemp has all 8 Seattle points. Here's the alley-oop for Jordan, who beat Payton for his second field goal. And Jordan able to get inside. Michael's third field goal, 3 of 5, 6 points, and the Bulls lead 18-12. Net left, Shrimp. Rebound, Sean Kemp. Rebounded by Luke Longley.
Dennis Rodman continues to be a non-factor.
Scottie Pippen is trying to shoot his way back into it. Michael Jordan, yes, and it counts. Jordan, yes, and it counts. So Michael getting very serious here. Shrimp. Rebounded by Rodman. Jordan behind the back to beat Burkowski, and that goes right at Wingate. What a move by Michael Jordan. And he's tied the game at 39.
How about the crowd reaction to that? On the fly pattern to Michael Jordan on the catch, realizing he had a defender there, able in midair to collect himself, go behind his back, and gather himself and still finish the play. A spectacular Michael Jordan play.
A little bit of everything. You go high to catch the ball, you land, you change direction in midair.
Jordan fires. And the Sonics lead by 1. 10 seconds to go. First half. Nice move by Jordan. Michael again taking it to the hoop. And he's been going to the drive more frequently than throughout the playoffs and the regular season. Jordan battling against Payton. Finding Kerr for 3. Now it's called a 2. He had the foot on the line. So Steve Kerr, after missing his first 3 shots. Jordan with the roll. Yes! Michael Jordan with 24. Jordan. So Michael Jordan back on the floor and hits on his first attempt. 26 for Jordan. 69-65 Seattle. Sonics by 2. Kemp with the spin. Stripped by Jordan. Michael Jordan knocking it away from Sean Kemp. Final seconds. Kukoc tees it up for 3. Rebounded by Payton. And that will work. And this crowd much livelier than we saw in games 1 and 2 here in Chicago. The opening tip controlled by the Bulls. Michael Jordan. Oh, he knew on the release. He began to walk back down court. Here's a 3 for Pippen. Scottie Pippen. Jordan for Longley. Well, the double team stopped Jordan at the baseline, but he was able to hit Longley with that pass. Scottie Pippen continues to play perfect basketball. Pippen leading Jordan. We are early second quarter, and the Bulls lead 27-21. Well, Steve Kerr, who has not been hitting the shot, hits on his first, and the Bulls lead 29-21. Jordan facing the double team, finding Pippen. Rodman trying to draw contact, no call, but Longley got it to Jordan. Here's Jordan. Michael able to elevate. Bulls lead 33-27. Got the step on Rakowski. Jordan with the putback.
Defensive rebounding. Again, you think of championship teams, you think of big guys snatching balls and firing outlet passes. There's nothing. This is just layup after layup for Chicago.
And Jordan with the rebound. Bulls lead by 7. 2 minutes, 10 seconds gone by. Third quarter, Jordan for Longley. The Bulls have opened up a 52-43 advantage. The Bulls have a 15-point lead. The Michael Jordan comeback will be completed. Here is Jordan kicking it out. Pippen. We are just under 1 minute remaining, and the Bulls will have won their fourth title. In the final second, the Chicago Bulls have won the 95-96 NBA championship. Make it 4 in 6 years as they defeat the Sonics 87-75. And they are going wild in the Windy City. An emotional moment for Michael Jordan. The tears are flowing. We'll be talking with Michael in just a few moments, and I would think there is a tie-in with his late dad on this Father's Day, 1996.
All right, thanks, Bob. Michael, I know that the first one was sweet, but how much sweeter was this one?
Well, you know, I can't even put it in words. On Father's Day, what it means to me. I know he's watching. To my wife, and to my kids, and to my mother, my brothers and sisters. This is for Daddy. I'm very happy for him.
Now, you had said, Michael, that of all the accomplishments that you've made, that this may be the accomplishment. Why?
Well, this goes right up there to having my kids. My kids are the most important things to me, my wife, my family. But next to them, this is going to mean a lot to me because of what it symbolizes, which is my father on Father's Day. It means a big deal to me.
Now, you remember just a couple of years ago that early flight to Indiana where it all started. Now, all of a sudden, it looks like this is a culmination.
It's been a long road. You know, it started from scratch. You know, I had a lot of support from my teammates, from my family. I'm just happy for the city of Chicago. I'm sorry I was out for 18 months, but I'm happy I'm back to bring a championship back to Chicago.
I know this is what you're pointing for, but as we look back at the baseball, we were talking the other day that you've almost forgotten about that. Seems like years ago.
I haven't truly forgot it. You know, those minor leaguers meant a lot to me. They really got me back on the road of thinking basketball. They showed me the genuine attitude that you have when you're playing a sport that you truly love. So I give a lot of gratification to the minor league organization, the White Sox organization for giving me that inspiration. But it's always great to come back and play in Chicago.
All right, Michael, congratulations to you on a great year and way to bring it to a win.
Thank you very much.
Let's keep an eye on Michael Jordan. Will he shake hands with Karl Malone? You recall the last game of the series between Chicago and Miami. Yeah, there it is. All right. No question about it here. Little touch between Jordan and Malone. It was not the Alonzo Mourning treatment. Game 1 of this best of 7 NBA final. Greg Ostertag and Luke Longley on the opening tip, and it's controlled by the Bulls.
I think that's something that Carl's earned, and you know, people could easily said Michael Jordan's MVP this year, but they didn't. And to have animosity or any type of jealousy or use that individual accolade to motivate myself. I don't really want to. I think the motivation that I have is that we've been to the final 4 times and we're 4 straight. We won 4 out of 4. This is the 5th time we're going to make it 5 out of 5. That's where my motivation comes. It's not individualistic to where I'm trying to prove something about the MVP. I love to win, even if I'm not MVP.
Karl Malone, very aggressive offensively. Michael Jordan, the gracious competitor, maybe the most gracious of our time. But that does sting a little bit. He had a chance, a realistic chance of catching Jabbar at 6 MVPs.
On his Jordan. So the Jazz up by the score of 4-2. And both clubs having their difficulties at the start. The Jazz with a 4-2 lead. Luke Longley comes off a strong game against Miami. The Bulls have scored on only 2 of their first 9 possessions. Michael Jordan adding to that percentile. The Jazz 8 and the Bulls 6. Utah 10, Chicago 8. As we come up on 5 minutes to go in the first. Jordan lost it but got it back to Longley. And the Bulls very fortunate. Michael was able to deflect it back. Bulls lead 13-12 with 2:15 remaining in the first. Jordan, yes. Jordan played by the rookie Anderson. Jordan shooting over. Brandon Anderson.
All right, thank you, Mark. During that timeout, Jerry Sloan very happy with the defensive effort of the Utah Jazz. He said offensively, however, you must set and hold your screens and take much better shots. Unhappy with the shot selection. Mark?
Michael Jordan has 12, and the Bulls lead by 1. Brandon Anderson, a second-round draft pick. Utah did not have a number 1. The opening for Scottie Pippen. That's his second field goal, and the Bulls lead now 32-31. Harper waving it off. Now Jordan posting up Hornacek, going glass. The Jazz 50, the Bulls 49.
What this lineup for Chicago does is make Utah make a decision, and what they've gone with right now is put their point guard, Howard Isley, on Michael Jordan. Mismatch.
Foul on Isley. That is his second.
Karl rarely gets involved with the officials. Only when they're taking it from him.
Michael Jordan with a good angle jump shot following up on the Jeff Hornacek. Jordan putting moves on Isley and pops it out. Pippen the play.
The open we talked about. Jordan is wide open.
It taps into the corner. Isley turned his head and Jordan beat him back door. Harper is open for 3. And that is his first field goal. Over the last 2 years here at home in the playoffs, the Bulls have won 17 and lost only once. And that loss was game 2 against Atlanta. This season in the second round. Scottie Pippen continues his magnificent performance. It cuts it to a 1-point Utah lead. Utah by 5. 5.5 remaining. Nice pass to Longley. Jordan looking to reset. Hornacek is with him. Here comes Malone. Here's Jordan. Yes! The Utah lead is down to 1 with just under 4 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. Stockton. Pass. That's turnover number 7 committed by John Stockton.
Utah needs to play with poise here.
Jordan behind the back. Sets it up for Longley. Yes! The Bulls have taken a 1-point lead. Here's Jordan. Yes! Michael Jordan has worked his way back in terms of the stroke, and the Bulls lead by 1. Janet defense. Along with the opening. Along with the drive. Jordan spinning his way on Hornacek. Rebounded by Harper. Pippen for 3. Yes! Chicago 81, Utah 79 as we approach 1 minute remaining in the fourth and one of the best of 7 NBA Final Series. Stockton for 3. Yes! Jazz by 1, 82-81. 15 seconds on the game clock. Stockton setting it up for the 3. Along with the recovery, and the foul has been called. Looks like a loose ball foul being indicated by Billups. It's against Chicago. It's on Rodman. He's 3 of 4 at the line. 23 points, 15 rebounds, 9 and 2/10 seconds to go. Oh, that's the goal. Rebounded by Jordan. And the Bulls have the timeout with 7 and 10 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. As over the foul limit. We're down to 5. Jordan quick moves on Russell. We're down to 2. Now to 1. Here's Jordan. It is all over. The Chicago Bulls have won at the buzzer in game 1 of the best of 7. On jump shot by Michael Jordan.
Standard set play, end of game for the Chicago Bulls, and a smart play by Chicago by putting the ball in Jordan's hands where it'd be very difficult to come double team. They took Stockton away. Of course, with Steve Kerr, he had to watch him, and Brian Russell at Michael Jordan's mercy.
Jim of the Jazz controlling the opening tip. The officials, Hugh Evans, Steve Jabby, and Bennett Salvatore. The block by Pippen, who came up hobbling following the rejection.
Beautiful back cut by Brian Russell. Couldn't convert. Scottie Pippen continues to own him defensively.
Michael Jordan giving the Bulls the 2-0 lead. Now Malone played by Longley. And the shot affected by Longley.
Well, the Bulls feel with Longley on it, it'll force Malone to go outside, which is what he did in game 1.
And Longley gets inside on Ostertag, leading to the quick 20 called by Utah. Shot clock at 7. Jordan, yes. And that is his second field goal. Bulls lead 10-5. Here's Jordan. Setting it up for Pippen.
Now the running game of Chicago, just getting the ball out, advancing it. The players can't catch up to the pass, and a beautiful 2-on-1 execution.
Utah hoping to tie the series at 1. Jordan again.
Utah was just so wide open on all their back cuts, they didn't have to ever get into the pick and roll. Just seems to be on fire, totally focused in tonight.
That's a 3 for Michael Jordan. He has 9 of the 17 Chicago points. Jordan with the fake. Yes. Here's Russell. He can't find the range. Coming up on 3 minutes remaining in this first quarter. Jordan putting moves on Hornacek. Now Kerr for 3. Yes. Steve Kerr began the playoffs having difficulty locating his shot. As the playoffs have progressed, he has begun to show signs. Now Kerr is open. Yes. Bulls 25 and the Jazz 15 off the 3 by Kerr. Now Jordan putting moves on Anderson. Yes. Well, that ends the streak. Hopper cut off by Stockton and trying to go glass. Rebound Jordan.
Well, both teams very small right now. You shouldn't even be thinking about settling for jump shot. Try to get the ball in the basket or do what Michael just did, get to the offensive glass.
With the steal. Jordan putting the moves on. The look away for Pippen. Unanswered by Chicago. 60-42, Chicago. Jordan, yes.
That's a tough way to play the pick and roll for Utah. Here's the isolation for Jordan.
Played by Russell. Putting moves on and hit it.
When Michael gets the outside shot going, and he's starting to feel it right now.
Jordan, yes. Michael Jordan going glass with the reverse. Chicago leads by 20. Jordan. Yes. 30 for Jordan. 70-48 for Chicago. So the Bulls now lead 70-51 over a Utah team that went 64-18 during the regular season. A franchise record 64. What a pass! Jordan for Williams.
It's all clicking now. Either the triangle offense, the spread, every defensive move Utah is making. Chicago is countering for an easy basket.
Whistler. Another assist for Jordan. That is number 7. He is 3 assists away from his first ever triple-double in the NBA Finals.
Great defensive players, great defensive teams like Jordan and the Bulls. They work non-stop on making other players use bad footwork. That's something that the Bulls have done as they continue to pick apart. Jordan getting closer and closer to that triple-double.
The Chicago Bulls have defeated the Utah Jazz 97-85. Joey Crawford with the toss. And game 3 is underway. Ron Harper, who has been an unsung hero for Chicago, able to control. And Jordan being played by Brian Russell. Fires over him for 3.
Not a single dribble on that entire possession. Everybody touched it. Jordan beats the shot clock for the 3.
During the regular season, Utah 38-3 here at Delta Center. Second best home record in the NBA. Again, the room for Jordan.
All set up by Scottie Pippen going to the mismatch inside against Hornacek.
All right, thank you, Marvel. That wound on his right hand. Mike Sheminsky, the trainer of the club, got more than 300 calls and voicemails from around the country, more than 100 Federal Express packages, lotions, ointments, creams. A lot of good suggestions, a lot of very bad ones. The worst suggestion, according to Sheminsky, he was told to soak it in Clorox on tobacco.
Oh.
Finally, they settled on a new skin, which seems to be holding up very well. Mark?
Yes, wise move passing on that particular suggestion. And Michael Jordan with his first field goal since the opening minutes of the game. Jordan, it counts, and the foul. So Michael Jordan going to the fadeaway. The alley-oop for Jordan. So it is Utah 51, Chicago 35. Just under 2 minutes to go in the half. And Steve Kerr with his second field goal. He has 5 points. Malone. Jordan fouled by Malone.
Well, one of the rare fast break opportunities for Chicago, and it was a struggle.
Paul Malone hearing it from the crowd as he sits down. Shot clock running down, and Isley not able to convert. Jordan finding Kukoc. Yes. It is a 20-point Utah lead. Here's Jordan. Oh, what a move. Getting it over the outstretched arm of Greg Foster. Jordan for 3. Yes. Michael Jordan with 21 points. Utah by 14. Jordan stopped by Russell, able to shoot over him. Michael Jordan with 23. It's the Jazz 86 and the Bulls 74. Malone. And back comes Pippen. Time running out on the Bulls. We approach 4 minutes to go in this fourth quarter. They're down by 14. Jordan for 3. Yes.
He's too good. He had nowhere to go. Everybody on the Bulls started coming towards him, clogging up the lane.
And here's Jordan for 3, rebounded by Longley. Jordan gives it up. Pippen. Yes, a 3 for Scottie Pippen, who has been off. Jordan played by Stockton. We're just under 3 minutes remaining in the fourth. Pippen again with room for 3. Yes! Scottie Pippen with 2 enormous three-pointers. And the Jazz lead is down to 7. Stockton on the run. Leading Foster, who is rejected by Jordan. Jordan able to pick up the loose ball. Has a 3-on-2. up by 9. Jordan hustling down. Jordan did not take the shot. Gave it to Bushler, who hit. 100 to 93, and again a foul. Given by Jordan. Once again, Stockton to the line. They're on their feet. Standing ovation for the Utah Jazz, who have been able to get back into the series with a solid performance as they defeat the Chicago Bulls 104 to 93. As we close in on the start of Game 4 of this best of 7 NBA Finals Series, the Bulls up 2 games to 1. Here goes the tag, and Broadway. Controlled by the Jazz.
Well, he can still elevate, he can still fade, even over the taller Brian Russell. Here's Jordan,
Slipping it over to Pippen. Open shot for Jordan. So Michael Jordan has hit on his first 2, and it's the Bulls with a 2-point lead. Now Jordan one-on-one with Russell. Put on the move to set up the fadeaway. Just it beat the 24-second buzzer. Longley off the setup from Jordan to tie the game at 14. Hornacek on a quick release. Lightning quick release by Hornacek. Doing it against Jordan. And the Jazz up by 2. And Jordan no trouble. No call made as he tied the game.
Well, he covered a lot of territory there.
Lead for Pippen. Went too deep. He had to save it. Kukoc. Yes. Tony Kukoc hits the 3. He's beginning to hit his shot. Still not himself because of the foot injury. Jordan trying to brush off Stockton, and he did. And Jordan with only 2 points since the first quarter. Trying to get back into it.
He does. Taking it to the rim. Michael Jordan, when he decides he wants to get there, he can, or he can drop Thompson.
4 minutes gone by. In the fourth quarter, the Jazz with a 65-61 lead, and Jordan off the break cuts it down to a 2-point lead. And this has become Michael Jordan time after a very quiet ball game. Jordan also lost his balance, but Jordan could not take advantage. Now Jordan off the foot. Yes. And he has tied the game at 65.
Mark, Jim Gray reporting from the Utah huddle. Don't be like robots, Jerry Sloan yelling at his guys. Be aggressively assertive and don't let Michael Jordan get a 6-foot jump shot.
Oh, he almost got about 6 feet in the air. How about that elevation? He was going to make sure he got up over everybody to release.
Malone in from the outside. Rebounded by Pippen. Jordan chased him. Jordan puts it away on the breakaway. And the Bulls lead by 5. Jordan to the fadeaway. Yes! Michael Jordan gives the Bulls a 73-69 lead. The Bulls now lead a 3-pointer. Trailing by 3. Jordan with 10 seconds. He fires the 3. I'm Marv Albin along with Matt Gukas and Bill Walton. Now the big story here tonight, the story concerning Michael Jordan's physical conditions. This Jordan arriving about 2 hours ago. He is suffering from flu-like symptoms. Made his way onto the court just moments ago, and as you see right here, looking a bit shaky. He was up all last night, spent all day in bed, did not eat at all, did not go to the shoot-around earlier today, did not practice, so his status is uncertain.
At 3:30 this morning, Michael Jordan woke up with flu-like symptoms. He had a stomach ache and a headache, and he couldn't go back to sleep. He threw up all night, and as reported earlier, he missed the shoot-around, but he was in bed all day and continued to throw up. As matter of fact, he got in here early. When I went to talk to him back in the back room, he was in a dark room trying to get some rest, but still throwing up. And Marv, I talked to him, I said, how do you feel? He said, I really feel horrible. But his history in games where he's either been hurt or sick has been bad news for the opponent. And as you can see, he's ready to go tonight.
And Jordan trying to slip it, and then took it back and hit. So Michael Jordan, despite visibly shaken by the flu symptoms, connecting from the corner to tie the game at 2. And Michael Jordan able to line drive it home for his second field goal.
Michael Jordan coming into this game 5, clearly under the weather, but still out there giving an effort, getting high in the air as he goes to the baseline for the jumper. Then comes up short on this as the leg showing a little effect. Never got a good look at the basket there. And this time coming off under control, getting high in the air once again as Michael trying to find his offense.
Jordan being played by Russell. Hopper for 3. Yes. Ron Hopper from downtown. It's the Jazz 9 and the Bulls 7. Chicago just 5 for 15. Michael Jordan is back, putting the move on Chris Mars. So Jordan has 6 points, 3 of 6 from the field. A first quarter that saw at one stretch Utah go on a 14-1 run. Now Kukoc posting up. Jordan off the fake. Count. Would have. He'll go to the line for 2.
Terrible pass.
Well, John Stockton with a rare mistake. Michael draws the foul.
Hornacek, back-to-back horrible turnovers for Utah.
And Jordan puts moves on Hornacek. So the Jazz now leading 36-24. Jordan finding Longley. And the Jazz now leading by just 9. Jordan to the crossover. Yes. Not bad for a guy playing with flu symptoms.
But give Utah some credit. They forced him left every single time. Jordan's going to score 30 or 40 points. There's no question about that.
And the steal by Jordan. Putting behind the back on Russell. He turned it around and fed it to Pippen. Tipped home by Jordan. What a play by Michael Jordan.
Well, Chicago is in that mode now. Any mistake made by Utah, long rebound, steal, they are getting out and flying.
Shot clock at 5. Russell lost it.
Poster tag was great. Karl Malone's got the 3 fouls. Has to play very smart here.
Nice pass. Jordan to the cutting Longley. And the Utah lead is down to 2.
The best job by Luke Longley all series long of moving without the ball.
Chicago down by 2. Jordan got the step. Jordan has tied the game at 63. It is 2-2 right now in this game number 5 as Michael Jordan cuts it to a 5-point Jazz lead. Jordan, yes, the Jazz 77 and the Bulls 71. Jordan with the rebound. Jordan pops it down to Kukoc. Kukoc for 3. Yes. Ball's pass broken up. And Pippen able to come up with it on the deflection. Jordan fires for 3. Yes. And he's tied the game at 77.
The exchange between Pippen and Jordan. Once, twice, right back. You do it, big guy. Pump fake, freezes the defense. The jumper, net. Then he staggers back to the bench, near exhaustion, ready to fall over. They put the ice bag on his neck. He won't even take the Gatorade.
He doesn't want to waste any energy. No high fives, no lifting water to his mouth. He is exhausted.
A heroic performance by Michael Jordan. Russell on Jordan. Anderson cheating over. Shot clock at 7. Jordan shooting. Yes. Chicago 79 and Utah 77.
It was his burst of speed to get to the position that set it all up, and then he just outweighted Russell facial.
Jordan, yes. The Jazz by 1 with 2 minutes and 40 seconds to go. Here's Malone stepping back for the fadeaway. Bad shot that is handled by Pippen. There was plenty of time on the 24.
And Phil Jackson calling for a pick and roll. Obviously, Michael Jordan to be the ball handler.
Down to 50 seconds. Jazz. Here's Longley with the pick. Here's Jordan. Foul. And it's the Jazz 85, the Bulls 84. Jordan, an 83% free throw shooter during the season. And the game is tied at 85. Jordan able to scoop up the loose ball for the possession with 40 seconds remaining. The game tied at 85. On the shot clock. Pippen backing Hornacek. Here's Jordan. Yes! Michael Jordan from straight away. He looks like he's a boxer just hanging on along the ropes, but able to hit for a 3-point Chicago lead.
They post up Scotty, and then for no reason, they double team Scotty down low and leaving Michael Jordan. He knocks down this three, gives him the huge lead. And then the total exhaustion on the bench. Michael Jordan sucking air, got the back massage from Scottie Pippen.
0.2 of a second remaining. The inbounds, and the Chicago Bulls have defeated the Utah Jazz to take a 3-2 lead. They win it 90-88. A courageous, classic performance by the flu-ridden Michael Jordan. John Stockton controlling the opening tip, and Game 6 is underway. Shot clock is down to 4. Harper able to split his way through.
Well, Ron Harper started out the game with what I thought was a bad perimeter shot. Made up for it there. Shot clock winding down, challenging the rim.
Malone with the outside shot, which has not been clicking.
It was that little double clutch, the hitch on the way up that took it out of his rhythm. Nobody can block that shot. Just go ahead and shoot it.
And here's Pippen again. This time, Scottie Pippen going glass, so the Bulls lead by 2. Now Jordan trying to go to work on Russell, and he does.
Still pretty good defense by Brian Russell, thinking that Michael Jordan wants to penetrate, go to the basket. Backed off a little bit, going to see if he can make some perimeter shots.
And here's Jordan. Yes. And you can see Michael Jordan looking sharp here in the early going. Michael Jordan adjusting the shot, and he drew the foul. Open opportunity for Anderson. And back comes Jordan. Here's Michael Jordan. Shot clock at 3. Here's Jordan putting moves on Malone and fouled. Well, Karl Malone went outside to defend on Michael Jordan and picked up a second foul. How about Chicago with 29 points and just under 3 minutes remaining in the first half? Jordan for 3. Yes. Tough to get a feel on the physical condition of Michael Jordan. Is coming off the flu, very queasy the other day. Jordan trying to put moves on Anderson, and then met by Hornacek providing help. Kukoc for 3. Tony Kukoc hitting from downtown, from deep in the corner. Down to 3. Here's Jordan getting the step and hitting. 0.6 of a second remaining. All Malone and Rodman bumping each other. Joe Crawford on the scene immediately, indicating at least one technical, and then checking it over. Let's see. Utah Jazz trying to become the 7th team in the history of NBA Finals play to come back from a 3-2 deficit. Harper with the shot clock running down, had it deflected away. It will be Chicago maintaining possession. No one has ever done it, winning games 6 and 7 on the road. Several teams have won game 7 on the road. Well, the Chicago Bulls are hoping to wrap it up here tonight, and Michael Jordan cuts it to a 5-point Utah lead. Now Jordan posting up and finishes with the fadeaway. So Michael Jordan has 20, and he's picked it up from the second quarter on. It is a 5-point Utah lead.
Karl Malone also getting better. What separates Jordan is great defense, Scottie Pippen, and here comes Jordan.
Jordan putting moves on Stockton. Jordan putting moves on Hornacek, going the distance. have missed their last 5 shots. And some sloppy pass work. Jordan, yes! He thought he was fouled.
How is that not a foul?
Oh, Jordan scooped it up on the steal. Jordan, yes. And he's tied the game at 76. 31 points for Michael Jordan.
You can't just open up the floodgates.
Oh, there's no shot blocker in there. The whole weak side defense had their back turned.
Yeah, Birdie, Scottie Pippen, and Sheldon Anderson cannot convert the layup.
That's the second time he's blown the layup, and this time Jordan comes right back. Anderson felt he was fouled. No foul called. Jordan with the spin. Yes! And the Bulls lead by 3, 84-81. Jordan. Yes. The Bulls 86 and the Jazz 83.
How you respond to pressure, that's going to determine this game. It's been Jordan huge so far. Now it's Karl Malone's time to battle the MVP.
Well, Hornacek had to save that pass from Malone. It's Russell for 3. An enormous shot by Brian Russell. He's 5 of 8 from downtown. He's tied the game at 86. All right, Jim, 25 seconds in regulation. Game tied at 86. 4-second differential between the 24-second clock and the game clock. It is Michael Jordan time. Scottie Pippen looking for Michael Jordan. Checks the clock. 5 on the 24. Here's Jordan. Did not have the shot. Kerr does. Steve Kerr. 5 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. The Jazz take a timeout.
Well, the question was, would they come double Michael Jordan? Stockton game. Steve Kerr, reminiscent of John Paxson in '93.
5 seconds remaining in regulation. The inbound. Pippen rolls it to Kukoc. And the Chicago Bulls have won their 5th championship in the last 7 years. Just 0.6 of a second remaining. It's a 4-point lead. There will. Now probably they'll say now it's over. The clock did run out. The Utah Jazz indicating that there still should have been 0.6 of a second remaining. But the indication is it is all over. The Bulls have won the title by defeating the Jazz 90-86. It is Bedlam here at the United Center.
The Delta Center in Salt Lake City, one of the loudest buildings in all of sports, a place where the Jazz enjoy a distinct home court advantage, and where a sellout crowd is ready to rock the rafters for Game 1 of this rematch in the NBA Finals. Good news for Jazz fans. In the past quarter century, prior to this one, there have been 5 rematches in the NBA Finals. In every instance, the team that lost the first time came back to win the second. Malone's first shot. Doesn't get the roll. Foster trying to follow. Knocked away cleanly. Out of bounds to Utah. For a man so big and strong, Malone runs the floor so well, even as he approaches age 35. Jordan cans the turnaround over Hornacek.
Now that time they didn't come double team Jordan in the low post. He took his time and was able to elevate over Hornacek.
Michael, turnaround, sandwiched by 2 defenders, count the basket, plus the foul. Listen to this crowd at the Delta Center. Jordan quiets it just a bit. The chant is beat the Bulls, beat the Bulls. But first, you have to stop Michael Jordan.
Bob, I've never seen Chicago miss so many wide open and easy layups.
But how about that one? As Jordan whirls through the defense, seems like almost every member of the Jazz had a look at him before he laid it in. Jordan, quick catch and shoot. 15 for Michael.
But the Jazz will live with that because he's not getting to the free throw line. They're going to hope that maybe if he shoots under 50%, they'll limit the offensive rebounds with no double team.
Michael, single coverage. And that's what happens.
Same spot, same dance, same music.
Kerr to Michael. As they go to the man with the hot hand. Again, single coverage by Anderson. Hornacek comes over. Michael with the up and under. Count it, and he'll come to the line with a chance to reach 20 points in the first half. Harper into the lane. Tried to find Rodman. Poked away to Pippen, and his 3 is no good. Rodman with board position. Michael hits the open 3. and matches the number on his uniform with 23 points. Russell's got game. He'll take it to the basket. He'll shoot the three on you. He's a good defender. Longley inside off a nice feed. Jordan. Hornacek up on him. With the left hand, he leans into the lane and tosses it home. Michael, good look, and he puts it down. Jordan from 20, good again.
Now when Jordan shot that shot, he turned around and made a little sound and just said, woo.
Stockton trying to get it to Malone in the post. He fires again and finally hits one.
And John Stockton looked at him and said, look, you're our guy, take us home.
They come to their feet, every last soul at the Delta Center. Stockton, shot clock winding down. Malone has to. 2 in a row, and what a time to come alive. It's Scotty back to Michael. Russell's on him, around a Longley screen. Michael dishes to Longley. Up with the shot to tie the game. Timeout Utah with 14.3 seconds, even at 79. Russell into Hornacek. Now it's Stockton, out of the corner for the win. Bounces off, no good. And it's overtime in game 1.
And Michael wants that basketball back again.
Pippen flips it to him. Turnaround fadeaway, got it. 33.
That's amazing. What this man can do under pressure.
Chicago doesn't have to foul because of the overlap. It's Stockton on the run, and it's Utah by 4. Chicago uses its last timeout with 9.3 seconds remaining in overtime. Kukoc looking to get it in. Jordan back to Kukoc. They need a 3, and Kukoc delivers it with 5.4 seconds, bringing them to within 1. 4.8. Malone into Stockton, and he dribbles a bit of time off the clock before they can catch him and foul him with 3 seconds left, and not the guy that you want to send to the line if you're Chicago. 3-point lead. Kukoc down to Michael with Russell on him. He tips it to Pippen. Can he beat the horn? He can, but he misses it, and game 1 goes to Utah in overtime. Major decibel levels being reached at the Delta Center even before tip-off, and with the Jazz up 1-0 in the series, the trends point their way. They have now won 7 consecutive playoff games dating back to the San Antonio series, while the Bulls have lost 4 of their last 6 playoff encounters, including the last 4 games on the road. Hornacek on Michael, fade away, ties it at 2. Pippen into the lane, lost control of it, back tap to Michael, his floater gives Chicago a 6-4 lead. Jordan, his 3rd field goal, and the Bulls are back to within 1 at 14-13. Rodman to Pippen, outside to Harper, now Michael baseline. And he starts the same way he began game 1, on fire. Last foul on Chris Morris, his 2nd. Burrell, a 3, got it. Antoine Carr returns the pass to Morris, and a great look, but Chris couldn't finish it.
So those are momentum breakers right now. If Chicago comes down and scores, it's a 6-point game.
And they do come down and score on Michael's great assist to Longley. Stockton on Kerr. Kukoc open, passes up the 3 to find Jordan beneath the hoop.
See, Jordan caught Stockton on the screen and made him switch and went right to the rim, and Kukoc found him for the easy layup.
Longley to the cutting Jordan. And Michael has a dozen. Looking for Michael, guarded this time by Stockton. Ostertag is there with help. They swing it around, and Kukoc is open again. This time he misses the 3. However, Longley pokes it back to him. Kerr for 3. And Jerry Sloan has to be gritting his teeth over on the Utah bench as Chicago continues to dominate on the offensive glass.
Well, Malone started running out instead of getting the rebound. Nobody there to guard Kukoc, and he gets the 2nd shot.
Jordan swats it away from Anderson and out of bounds. The Utah fans contend that Anderson was fouled, but the officials say Michael got it cleanly. Kukoc off the dribble, finds Harper in the corner. Now it's Michael, double pumps and connects. 16 for him.
That was an unbelievable shot. The ball was knocked away from him. Hornacek came from behind. He had to pull it down and shot a trolley wire jumper. I don't know if the thing went into the basket.
Foster's back in. Here he is guarding Kukoc. Ostertag has gone out. Kukoc on the run. Air ball. Jordan there to clean up the mess. Pippen looking for Michael. Trying to post up on Hornacek. Spins around him. Two Jazz defenders surrounded him, and they take the ball away. Hornacek throws it right to Rodman, and Jordan is all alone, and he saunters in.
How about Dennis Rodman? Before he even touched the basketball, he knew Jordan was down court, and he just touched it real quick and flipped it back.
Behind the Rodman screen, he overshoots a three, but Jordan grabs it and slams it.
Just the power of Michael Jordan. Hornacek was trying so hard to block him off the glass, Isaiah, and he just sort of pushed him to the side for the second shot.
24 for MJ. Game tied at 68. Hornacek is on Jordan. Michael double pumps and hits off the glass. Jordan with 26. Pippen to Michael with the shot clock winding down against Hornacek. Michael's going to do it. Two defenders, a whistle, count the basket, plus the foul as Jerry Sloan contends from the bench that Michael traveled. It's the fourth foul on Hornacek. Now, how can you guard a guy any tighter than this? You got two defenders over there. You make him take the shot you really want him to take, and he just hits it.
See, Bob, Michael Jordan understands right now that it's time. It's time to put on the push right now, and he's going after it right now. And can Utah stop the adrenaline and the push that Jordan is getting ready to exert in this game?
Malone now is on Jordan.
They better help him. He's got 5 fouls.
Russell comes over. Michael into the lane. Left hand. Got it. Taking this game over now. Jordan on the run. Dishes out to Pippen. Scotty baseline. Chicago by 6. Kerr has to guard him. Stockton gets by him, but his pass is intercepted by Kukoc. Kerr, pull up 3. No! Got his own rebound. Michael hits it, and Chicago reclaims the lead. There's a foul as well. Michael Jordan has taken 33 shots to score 34 points, but what's important is that his team now leads by a basket. Harper into Jordan. Russell pushed him. They didn't get the first call. Then Stockton makes contact with 1.7, and they whistle play dead and send Michael to the line, and Sloan is arguing that he was fouled the first time. 37 for Michael. Stockton from half court. Chicago comes into Salt Lake City, weary or not, and gets out with a split. Longley and Ostertag, each at 7-2, jump it up, and Jordan grabs it for Chicago. Michael with Longley trying to screen for him. Spins around Hornacek and hits off the glass. Ahead to Russell, on the run. Nice move, but it won't fall. Back comes Chicago. 3-on-2. Jordan against Hornacek. Gives it up to Pippen. And that cuts it to 10-7. Michael got Anderson into the air, but doesn't unleash the shot. Now he will.
When you overplay that man in the corner, their pressure release is to cut back door. How often have we seen it in the playoffs?
Jordan at the other end gets the 2 for Chicago. Jordan into the lane. And he gets the roll. He has 14. Kukoc looking for Michael and finding him. Spins on Hornacek to the left hand. An absolute beauty. Jordan to the hole. Wrapped up by Ostertag, and somehow, some way, he scores.
Ostertag doesn't give him a good, hard enough foul. So you got to grab that right hand. Don't let him get the shot off.
Here's a man 7'2" and 280. Trying to wrap you up, and somehow you have the strength and the body control to get off a reasonable shot. Russell with the head fake and the miss. It's batted to Jordan. And Utah just can't cut in to this 20-point deficit. Make it 22 now. Michael the assist, Harper the slam, and Harper could be closing in on a triple-double. Jordan takes it upon himself and builds the lead to 26. Vaughn at the buzzer. A total humiliation for the Utah Jazz. Beaten by 42 and held to the lowest scoring output in the history of the NBA. Steve Javie, Jack Neese, and Hugh Evans are the officials. Utah wins the tip. Jordan from 20 gives it up instead to Harper, gets it back, and lays it in.
See, Michael is so good at giving the ball up, and then he doesn't stand. He immediately cuts to the basket, the give and go, the easy basket for Michael Jordan.
Jordan, pump fake, double pump, and a miss, but somehow he comes up with it. Again, they're all over the offensive glass, and Pippen converts his second three. Jordan ties the game. Michael has 5, and he's hit 2 of his first 6. Right to Michael. Around Hornacek with the scoop.
Bob, he is so powerful inside. He just punishes you.
Anderson tries his luck on Jordan. Pass to Harper. Reverse. Ron's first basket. He played a terrific game in Game 3. Michael. Over Anderson, who blocks it on him. Pippen picks it up. Shandon Anderson with the block on Michael Jordan. Pippen's turnaround. Misses it badly. It comes to Michael, and he finishes it.
That just so dispirituous a team, Isaiah. You're playing great defense, and you just can't come up with the rebound.
From 20, it's Michael. Finally finding the range on his jumper, which hasn't been there for the most part in this first half. Kukoc for Michael against Russell. Up and under, and 2 to end the half, as only he can. Pippen to Michael, spins into the lane and slams it.
You can't dive for the steal, not on Michael Jordan. If you're going to go for that steal, you better be 100% sure you're going to get it, because if not, what you give up is the dunk.
Jordan wants it in the low post against Hornacek.
He's got it. And he's got the hoop. 23 for him. Michael ready to work. Got it. Remember, he was able to rest the entire fourth quarter of Game 3, then had 2 days off. There was a practice mixed in, but 2 days off without having to play. Michael gets the lead back for Chicago. Anderson, who's done a good job defensively on Jordan. Michael tests him again, and this time gets the hoop. Remember, Anderson's playing with 5 fouls. Jordan, Anderson leaning on him. Michael spins and scores.
Bob, you got to run at him. Right now, they got 2 guys on the floor. Harper, Burrell. You got to make somebody else make a shot right now.
Malone has to shoot the 3, and actually his foot is on the line, so it becomes a 2-pointer, which only cuts the lead to 5. And Stockton fouls Jordan. That's Jordan's 34th point. And now they just play out the final seconds. Hits a 3 at the buzzer. It counts. And Chicago wins it by 4. The Bulls are 30-2 at home in the playoffs over the last 3 years, and 8-0 on this floor in the finals. This year, last year against the Jazz, and the year before against Seattle. Remember 1993 in the old Chicago Stadium. Phoenix down 3-1, managed to win the 5th game in Chicago and force it back to America West Arena for Game 6 and potentially Game 7. And if John Paxson doesn't can the 3, Phoenix is looking at a Game 7 on its home floor. Chicago fans should not view this as a foregone conclusion. Jordan to Kukoc. Tony with all 5 of Chicago's points, that time off a great assist from Jordan. Last 20 seconds of the quarter. Tied at 16. Jordan. There's his first field goal. Jordan just 1 of 6 from the floor. Changes that a bit. 5 on the 24 as Pippen backs away. It'll be Michael to beat the shot clock and hit it.
Isaiah, that's what you talked about. Michael, 2 field goals in a row.
Pippen with 6 on the shot clock. Michael baseline fadeaway. High archer, good. A beautiful rainbow, and he's beginning to feel it now.
All right, Bob. Jerry Sloan asked Karl Malone during that timeout, was it a foul? He said, no, that's a bad foul. As we watch Michael Jordan go in, fouled by Shandon Anderson. He said, that's a bad call. I didn't even get a good shot in. Bob?
Jordan on Russell, into a crowd, dishes out to Kukoc. He is just on fire, and intermission did nothing to cool him off. Michael again. That's the foul. That's his first basket of the second half. It's the third foul on Russell, and Michael has 15 for the night. Jumper over.
Antoine Carr did everything right. Michael just did it better. Kept him in front of him, had a hand in his face. That's why he's the greatest player in the game.
Michael given a little room by Russell. Drives on him to the hoop. And he's got 20. Kerr hits the three. 3-pointers by Kukoc near the end of the third. And Kerr at the beginning of the fourth make it a one-point game. Michael with room and knowing what to do with it. Jordan deals to Longwood. Who connects off the baseline. Into Jordan. A play. Rip up the headlines. It is very much a series.
And at guard, number 23 at 6'6" from North Carolina, Michael Jordan.
Hornacek is free, but can't hit. Hornacek is now 18 for 46 in the series. Jordan, there's his first field goal, and the Bulls take a 10-8 lead. Jordan for three, got it. Jordan with 5, and Chicago with a 7-point lead. Jordan over Russell, tied at 22 with half a minute to play in the period.
All right, Bob, I just found out that they're working on Scottie Pippen in the back, and I've been told that Scottie says he's telling the medical staff that he is not able to play. So that could be the end of it for Scottie tonight. Bob?
Judd Bushler, who may get more minutes as a result, hits the shot from the side. Michael Jordan is also back in. Jordan wheels inside around Anderson, and again it's a 2-point game. Michael has 10. Jordan, daylight for 3. 13 for Michael. Utah by 1. Jordan into the lane. Tough shot. He was fouled. He'll come to the line with a chance to tie it. Michael springs free and takes the lob from Kukoc.
Great roll off for Russell. Faked up and spent off him. Kukoc put it right there for the easy lay-in for Jordan.
Jordan for 3. And there's his answer.
I think that's his third 3 of the game, Bob. And going into this game, Kukoc and Pippen were a combined 4 for 23 from 3 at the Delta Center in the first 2 games.
Here's Michael. He's got 21.
I'm watching Jordan, and he's in such a nice rhythm offensively. Everything is coming very easy to him.
Let's watch the Michael Jordan possession that he scored on. Brian Russell, as he cuts, is going to give him a shot. Michael doesn't like it. Michael delivers a blow right there. So Russell pushes him back, and he catches it. Now you got an angry Michael Jordan. He squares up and buries the shot. So the referees let both of them get a blow in, and Michael finished with a jump shot.
Jordan's the guy they want, even more so than usual, and that's why. 15 of his 23 have come in this quarter. Jordan pulls up and connects. 25 for MJ. Here's Pippen. The bad back makes Hornacek's assignment on him a whole lot easier. Left alone, he doesn't take the 3. Michael, fade away.
See, if I'm Hornacek, I make Pippen make one of those shots. He's really rushing out to close out on him.
Michael takes him baseline, draws the contact and the foul. Michael, confronted by Carr after he blew by Morris, and Jordan will come to the line.
I think with Michael Jordan, he's smart enough to rest on defense and try to conserve his energy for offense.
Here he is on offense, and he'll be coming to the foul line just as the fourth quarter starts, but even those poundings take something out of him, right, as he goes to the basket.
Jordan is the one individual that I've seen in this game since I've played that can carry his team in the fourth quarter, even when he's fatigued.
Jordan against Anderson. He's still Michael Jordan. Jordan back in. Takes the pass from Pippen. Russell is on him. He gets by him. Now Carr comes over and commits the foul.
You see, they're so conscious of Michael Jordan coming off the screen.
Jordan with the jumper. And with 37 points, as Utah falls behind now for the first time since midway through the second quarter. Stockton for three! That would have been a dagger in Chicago's heart. Instead, they could tie it or take the lead with a three of their own. Jordan. And a blocking foul. Stockton is down on the floor. Jordan's going to come to the line. It's Stockton's fourth. Jordan ties it. Maybe the 20-second timeout was, as much as anything, just to give him a breather to gather himself for the crucial free throws. Malone. Cross-court Stockton, a three. It's there! Pippen into Jordan. Michael working on Russell. Brings them to within one.
They scored within 4 seconds there. That's how quickly that changes now. Now it puts the pressure on the Jazz to score once again.
Jordan with 43. Malone is doubled. They swat at it and steal it. Here comes Chicago. 17 seconds. 17 seconds from Game 7 or from championship number 6. Jordan open. Chicago with the lead. Timeout, Utah. 5.2 seconds left. Michael Jordan running on fumes with 45 points.
This was really the play that hurt Isaiah because they scored so quickly. Michael got in there and scored within 4 seconds. And what happened was Michael doubled back. You're going to see he's in the play. Look where Hornacek is setting the screen. Michael never clears, so Malone doesn't see him. He comes from the blind side and strips him. So 3 crucial plays here by Michael Jordan now as he gets Brian Russell with a quick crossover. Look at Brian Russell slips, and Michael pulls up and buries the shot to give him a 1-point lead.
That may have been, who knows what will unfold in the next several months, but that may have been the last shot Michael Jordan will ever take in the NBA.
Watch Jordan's left hand here as he gives Russell the push. The referee can't see that. Jordan frees himself up for a clean look. The greatest thing about Jordan is he has all the tricks. That's why it's so difficult to guard him.
If that's the last image of Michael Jordan, how magnificent is it? Stockton. Harper's on him. Behind the screen. Harper got a piece of it. It comes off. The Chicago Bulls have won their 6th NBA championship, and it's their 2nd three-peat. When you lose by this narrow margin, speaking of the Utah Jazz, there are so many things to look back on. But the Howard Isley 3 that was taken away in the first half will eat at them all summer long.